Hello, and welcome to the Illusion Horror and Con YouTube channel, where tonight we are going to be playing Call of Cthulhu, the scenario The Protocol, which is written by myself. And yeah, and thank you for being here. Uh, I will, or my lovely players who are joining me this evening, they will introduce themselves during the game. And so let's get underway. All right. You are asleep, or you feel you must be asleep. You are aware of yourself, like in the morning, in the moments right before you open your eyes. You can feel your body is really heavy, maybe heavier than it's ever been. Your mind is detached, trying to inch closer to consciousness. You can hear somebody talking. It's muffled and distant, but you can hear it. You can also hear some sort of mechanical buzzing, metal clanging, scraping, clipped phrases spoken by unfamiliar voices. You strain to make out the words, but you can only make out what sounds like the device. Then nothing. Complete silence and complete darkness. Now we'll have the first roll of the game here. I would like everybody to make me a PAL roll.
69.
Is that a success or fail?
I have 70.
Okay, so success.
Success.
Roll under success.
Okay. Everybody succeeded. So I'm going to pick on Tina. You flutter your eyes open. So it's pretty bright. Looks like it feels like you're laying down and you're looking up at a ceiling that has a single fluorescent, square fluorescent light kind of flickering in a white ceiling. How about you tell us who you are, maybe what you look like, and what do you do from here?
I'm playing Tina Davis. She's a former office worker. She has long brown hair and blue eyes, usually sparkling. Her figure is kind of frail, but everyone would say she's nice to look at. But her arms show visibly damaged signs on the skin from they look like rashes. And I guess I would open my eyes to the flickering light and look around.
You try to move your head to look around. You realize there's a strap over your forehead. So you can only move your head a little bit. And all you can really see is the ceiling and maybe just a little bit of the top of one of the walls, which is a dingy gray tile.
All right. I think I would try to, still a little dizzy from getting out of sleep, I guess. I would try to remove whatever is on my head to move my hand.
Yeah, you try to move your arms, and they're strapped down too. Your ankles, your waist, your wrists, and your head are all strapped down with leather straps.
I
I
guess
think I would like a sand roll, first and
oh,
foremost.
sure. This is a 71. It's over 70.
Okay,
So
so
yeah,
that's a fail. It's a D4, please.
a 3.
Okay, that's 3 sanity loss. So, yeah, you're lying down on a hard surface. Uh, your body, again, it still feels very, very heavy, and you are strapped down. You can barely move. You don't really hear anything. Do you say anything?
I think I wouldn't. My pulse would raise, and I would breathe faster and kind of restrained, and try to look around from the peripheral view of my eyes, what I can see. Just trying to get the idea of what happened. Where am I?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. As much as you strain your head, you can still only see the top of the walls and the ceiling. And again, it's unfamiliar. It's dingy gray tile. Um, Harvey, your eyes flutter open and you see a white ceiling and a fluorescent light. Introduce yourself and
Exactly.
what do you do?
So I'm Harvey. I'm playing today Harvey Lexington. Um, he is in his mid-40s and has lower than average height, thin and black hair, unshaven face. He's very thin and he's white. He he looks like he's had better times and maybe if he was a little more kept up, if he did more to keep up, he wouldn't be bad looking. He's not particularly good looking. He seems like a person that has fallen on bad times. Um, Other than that, unremarkable. So I flutter my eyes open and see that ceiling. I try to move, feel the band, try to reach with my hands, feel I'm strapped.
Yeah.
I look around wildly as much as I can and I go, hello, hello, is there anybody out there?
Uh, Before there's any answer, I would need a sanity roll from you as well, please.
You should get one. So I get way below my sanity. I go at 8 out of
Oh,
100. Mhm.
great. So that is only one sanity loss.
Not bad.
Okay. Yeah. Tina, you hear somebody else in the room.
Hello? Is there anybody else?
Oh my God. Oh my God. There's other. Thank you. Where am I? Where am I? What's going on? why am I tied down? This must be a mistake. Whatever happened, it's a mistake. I totally. Lawyers,
I
where are we?
I I hoped you could help me. I'm strapped down. I don't know what happened. I just woke
I'm,
up.
I'm strapped too. Who brought us here?
I don't know.
I don't even quite remember what I was. Wait a
Where?
sec. Where were you picked up from? What was I doing? Is it the police? Did the police pick me up?
I have no idea. I just woke up in this room. I don't know where we are. What happened?
I
Well,
start
you
shouting,
guys,
"Hey! Hey!"
okay. Yeah. Zip,
Yeah, yeah.
you are awoken by the shouts and the talking of others. And you are in the same predicament. You see the same ceiling, and you are also strapped down. Um, you also, in your sort of peripheral vision, would also see IV bottles hanging from a stand, and there's tubing coming from it. It looks like there's three IV bottles,
Oh,
and tubing is coming down. One of the tubes looks like it might be in your arm.
okay. Well, I'm a bit surprised. I mean, I knew this was going to happen. But I mean, just yesterday, I counted the tea leaves left in the bottom of my glass, eh, and I mean, the orientation of Saturn and Jupiter. I mean, this wasn't supposed to happen for at least another 6 months. I mean, I knew probably the fucking FBI finally finally caught up to me. I don't know why these others are here, but yeah. First things first. I'm Zip. I'm I don't know. I guess a pretty normal looking guy. I've got you might be able to tell the color of my eyes, but I've got my uh, I assume my glasses are still on my face. My sunglasses. I've got
Hmm.
these aviator sunglasses that I got.
You don't feel them on your face.
Shit. Okay. Well, the light's blinding. I'm just barely opening my eyes, and I've got my I've got my clothes on, right? Because I mean, there's a version of this where I'm naked, and there's a version of this
Hmm.
where I'm clothed.
I mean, that's an interesting idea. You you sort of feel feel your body, feel inside yourself, and you notice you're not wearing the clothes that you normally wear. Feels
Oh,
like your legs are exposed. Maybe you're wearing something like a hospital gown.
okay. Well, I mean, I've been trying to eat healthier and be healthier. I still, smoke a few cigarettes today, and I really could use one right now. Can I can I reach my pockets or my cigarettes?
Mm. Nope. You are also strapped down by your ankles and your waist, your wrist, and your head. You can also give me a sanity roll, please.
All right, all right. Uh, Okay, well, that's higher. That's a failure.
Okay. So that's a D4. Sand loss, please.
Okay, two. Okay. I mean, I expected this, as I said. I just wasn't supposed to be today.
Right.
Uh, I I I say to the others when I hear them speaking, uh, I knew this was going to happen. What are your birthdays? Um, this
What do you
man
mean?
and
This
woman,
is gonna
man,
happen. What is this that's happening?
You
Who are
know where
you?
we are?
well, this is obviously a Black Ops site for the CIA, FBI, something. I mean, they've been after me for 10 years.
Oh my fucking God. The cops have picked me up and put me with insane. Ugh. Yeah, extraterrestrials, for all you know. I want my lawyer. I want my lawyer.
Hmm. Like it's yeah, I think we're think we're fucked.
If any of you are trying to remember what happened before you came here, you can make a intelligence roll for me, please. And let me know if you fail, get regular, hard, or better, please.
I failed.
Okay.
I got a regular success.
Okay.
Failed.
All right. Yeah, Zip and Tina, you do your best to try to remember what was going on. Maybe you remember something from a week ago or more than 2 days ago. You can't quite grasp the memory. Harvey, on the other hand, why don't you describe to me what Harvey would be doing on a typical evening out in the Tenderloin?
So it's okay if I reveal more of the background of my character, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Reveal as much as you want.
So Harvey is a wannabe writer, wannabe novelist, right? Who convinced himself that he was doing research into the life of the homeless and the drug addicted in San Francisco. Obviously becoming addicted himself, although he doesn't admit it to himself. He is just doing research. As a result of that, he's also researched prostitution and small crimes, petty thefts, that sort of thing. So probably the last thing that he remembers is getting a good dose somewhere, maybe after performing a trick, and passing out from the drugs. That's in some alley. And that's probably the last thing he remembers happening. He was with other people, but the faces are so many strangers every night. It's impossible.
There is one face that you may remember briefly. You don't know how you remember it, but a face does flash in your head. A man with blonde hair and blue eyes, very handsome. And you just see him smiling at you. But his eyes are sort of dead. Not really any life behind them. But yeah, that's all you remember.
I remember this person being there that last night that I have memories of.
You just remember a flash of his face somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, let's try to get a grip here. How many are we? I'm Harvey. Who else is here? This cannot be happening.
Tina, I'm over here.
Okay, that's two of us. I heard a third voice. Mr. FBI, who are you?
I'm Zip. I'm not with the FBI. I'm actually a freedom fighter myself, so I don't support the current government. Look, I don't know how we'll get out of this, but don't tell them anything. We need to frustrate them, and then maybe they'll let us go.
This has to be a mistake. This cannot be happening. This cannot be happening. I cannot be here.
There's nobody here to tell lies to or nothing to. We're just strapped here. What are they even doing with us?
Suddenly, you all hear a blood-curdling scream. Doesn't sound like it's in the same room as you're in. It sounds like it's from another room, but close. It's a feminine voice, a feminine scream. It seems like it lasts for minutes, but it's probably 10, 15 seconds. And then it abruptly stops. And then you start to hear footsteps coming closer. Dress shoes on linoleum. And it's coming closer.
I try to rip on the restraints in panic.
Yeah.
I start to recite the Constitution, and I'm an American citizen. I don't remember. I mean, I don't remember the words that well, but something that sounds like that. I'm life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. I can't remember much else.
Yeah.
And I revert to whatever sense of privilege I might have left in me. Hey, this is a mistake. I'm not one of them. I was just doing research. I'm a writer. I'm a writer. Okay. I was just observing, and whatever you think, I didn't do it. Just let me out.
Yeah. The footsteps get closer, and if you try to struggle against your restraints, you still feel some sort of sedative or paralytic in your system. You're barely able to move at all. And you hear a door open. And now those footsteps are in the same room as you. It's not only footsteps, it's whistling. Somebody is whistling a tune.
Do we recognize the tune?
You might. Sounds like it might be something by the Rolling Stones or, you know. This person, whoever it is, starts to walk towards whatever you are laying down on. It feels cold and metal, so you're guessing it might be a gurney of some kind. And Tina, I think you're the first one to see a man. He looks down at you. He's now in your vision. He's whistling. He's blonde, blue eyes, very handsome, but dead eyes. And he's wearing a dress shirt and a apron. Definitely has bloody stains on it.
Hello. I assume you're not here to help us.
He stops whistling for a second, looks down at you and smiles, and shakes his head. And then he gets back to whistling.
What will you do to us?
He ignores that question, and you can barely feel it, but it seems like he is checking something on your arm. And then he goes behind your head where you can just see him a little bit. But then you hear some sort of glass, like he's tapping on glass. And then he walks around to your feet. And you can see him a little bit more clearly. It looks like he takes something from your bed, whatever you are laying down on. It's a clipboard and he's writing. And he puts it away. And he goes through that ritual with each of you. So, Harvey next.
Hey, oh, I've seen you before. Hey, hi, yeah, oh, that song, that's my favorite song. My favorite song. I say some of the lyrics of the song to try to convince me. Yeah, yeah, and you were with me the other night. Obviously, you must know this is a mistake, right? Right? We had a good time, didn't we? Please, why am I here? What's going on? This is not like other times the police have. What's going on? Please tell me.
As he's um as he's doing something to your arm, he just looks down at you, pauses his whistling, and just smiles at you. And it feels like he grabs your hand and then just pats it.
I
And
try
then he,
to, as much as I can, to grab his hand when he's grabbing mine.
yeah, you try, and even though you can, it he slips it out easily. You're still pretty under the influence of something. And yeah, he writes in the clipboard. Zip, he visits you.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, man, where are my clothes, man? Get my cigarettes out. Just, this is obviously mistake of some kind. Where are you from the government? You're FBI, CIA. Look, look, the war's over. You, you don't need me for anything. I'm just a guy. I didn't do anything. Just get me a cigarette. I kind of try to can I try to grab him or
I mean, you're still restrained, so you can try to get a hold of him while he's checking your arm, but
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's not happening. You can't get it. And as he looks over you, he gives you a little salute as he's whistling.
That's fucking weird. This 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 this, this is fucked up. I look. Do I see any? Can I see anything? I'm starting to get a little agitated. I mean, are there even cracks on the ceiling? Is, is, is it smooth
Yeah.
or is it? I
He's
start to count them. Start to count the
okay.
tiles.
Do we hear this guy still in the room, or did we hear him leave the room?
Um, After he sort of gives all three of you a scare, you do hear him writing in each of the um, on each of the uh,
Paper.
yeah, the paper, the clipboards. That's the word I'm looking for. He writes on each of the clipboards, and you hear the tapping of the glass behind your heads. And yeah, once he's done with that, he you can start to hear his footsteps receding.
Hey, oh, guys, what was that? who was that guy? Did anybody knows him? I think I've seen him before.
I don't know him.
So
No, I haven't seen that guy before. Oh, where did you see him?
I I I sorry, I was a little maybe not maybe a little out of my mind, but we were in the Tenderloin district, and it was we're coming from a party or something. I don't know, and we're there with other people doing some drugs. You know how it is, and yeah, I'm sure he was there. I'm sure he was there, but was that blood on his apron?
It
It
looked like
might have
it.
been. Yeah.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
There was
Sid,
a
right?
woman
You said
screaming.
he was with the government? What's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah, probably an agent. Maybe we can ask to talk to his commanding officer when he gets back. Uh,
I fucking pay my taxes. I voted on all the elections. What is going to be happening to me? I just want to write a book. What's this? This is not funny. This is not funny. Okay. I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming.
I really want to get out of here. Can any of you move anything? Any chance to get out of this?
I cannot move.
I'm not
Not
feeling
even
so
real.
good.
This is a nightmare. You're not even real.
Tina and Zip, you can give me another intelligence roll if you want to try once more to potentially remember this man. You don't have to, but if you want to try to
No.
remember.
yeah, I don't remember him. I'd remember somebody like that. He's just a little peculiar looking.
Okay. Tina, do you remember him?
No, far from it.
Okay.
I get a
Okay.
headache while
He
trying.
he looked like European, maybe maybe
Is he a
maybe German.
doctor?
Non blue eye.
I mean, he had this apron and was checking on us in some way.
He
Are we
looked
in a
kind of like
hospital?
he looked kind of like a butcher. With the-
Yeah, a doctor?
Yeah.
Maybe we were in an accident. Maybe that's it. Maybe we were in an accident, right? A car or something, and we're in the hospital, and this is a doctor, and we're restrained because we can hurt ourselves. Yes, this is so we don't hurt ourselves. We're in good hands. We're in good hands. Yes, that must be what's going on.
I still
But
think we're all
I
still,
don't feel hurt. I feel heavy and slow, but not hurt.
I
Oh,
still feel.
honey, those are the drugs. I can totally feel it. Aha, you're giving us some good stuff here.
Can I tell like how we're arranged here? My next to Harvey, or my next to Tina.
Um, we'll say that you are, yeah, you are, it's you, Harvey, and Tina.
And the
Um,
guy, and the guy seemed to have come from which side? The side closest to Tina,
from
right? Because
Tina's
he went
side.
first with Tina. Yeah. Okay.
hmm
And
Can
where
I
was
reach
the
out if I reach out? Can I touch Harvey's hand? Like, are we close?
No, not close enough to get through your restraints.
If I
Um,
wiggle my hands, can I feel the straps?
you can feel them a little bit, yeah. And actually, as you
Buckle, maybe?
say that, you you feel something interesting. You feel a warmth in your arm. And it's a warmth that starts to spread up your arm into your chest and throughout your body. It's as if your body was asleep, like you had pins and needles or numb,
Mhm.
and it's starting to wake up again. And now you feel actually like you're returning to your full strength.
Guys, see, I think whatever he did, it's waking us up. I feel that the drugs slipping by. I think everything's gonna be okay. Do you feel it too? Do you feel it? I'm feeling much better now.
How does
He's
it
feeling us.
feel? I'm not sure.
Now that he mentions it, um, you the other two, you also start to feel this warmth running up your arm and coursing through your body. It's as if your entire body is waking up from being being in pins and needles or numb.
Okay.
For storytelling's sake, does he remind me of this mysterious guy, of somebody that could like help me tie in an abnormal amount of trust, of wanting to trust him?
Um,
That's good for the story.
uh, repeat your question for me.
So can we make it so he reminds me of, I don't know, a former teacher or sibling or friend, somebody that I feel warm feeling to, so that maybe, because I'm seeing here my character is going to trying to believe that they're still being taken care of. So do I have a reason to trust him? Maybe if he reminds me of someone?
To trust Zip
No,
or
no, no, the blonde, blue-eyed guy. Sorry,
okay. Um, maybe you feel a certain sort of trust towards him now. Like he did have a bloody apron, but he also didn't really hurt you. You don't remember him doing anything before you got here. I mean, you just saw his face,
Mhm.
and uh, yeah, it seems like he gave you something uh, to
You
give
bet.
you your strength back. So
Mhm.
perhaps.
Thank you.
The thing that bothers me is I've always known this would happen, and I thought a lot about it, about waking up in a place like this, but I never really thought about what to do if actually got into this situation. What what should we do, guys? Uh, I could I'm feeling a bit better. I just start pulling, like trying to
Hmm.
yank on my restraints.
Certainly.
I'm
You,
desperately trying to feel the buckle. I'm trying to feel for
mhm.
the buckle in my straps.
Mm,
Okay. Zip, you can give me a dex roll if you are starting
right.
to pull on your restraints.
That's
Uh,
a hard success.
a hard success. Great. You are able to get one of your arms free.
Oh, okay, I got one of my arms out. Can I reach feel? Can I free my other arm?
Yeah, absolutely. Harvey, you can get you can do a dex if you're still trying to get out of your strap. You can have a advantage die with that since you're trying to be careful.
I I don't know how to do an advantage die
Oh, I would say
and
just roll the D100 and then roll the D10 and
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
good idea. Yeah, so it is with the advantage with the second D10. I have done, let me see, it is not regular, the next is a strong success.
A hard success, yeah.
Hard success, yes, but
All
not
right,
extreme.
cool. Okay. So, yeah, Harvey, you as well get your arm free.
Thank you. Oh, okay. Okay, and obviously I start releasing my other arm and then my head and my
Mhm.
chest.
Yeah. So Harvey and Zip, you start to get free. Tina, are you trying to get out or are you
Yeah,
asking for help?
definitely. I would join them and try first with my own efforts.
Okay.
Otherwise, they can help me.
Give me a dex roll, please.
Yep, this is a success.
Regular success.
Regular success, yes.
Okay. Yeah, you are also able to get your arm free.
And
And
then the rest afterwards.
yeah, then the rest is easy. They're just leather straps that you can unbuckle. So all of you are now you can all see each other, and you were indeed on metal gurneys in a room. So the room that you're in is about 20 feet by 20 feet. It's medium-sized room. It's a square, and you see next to Tina, there is a heavy metal door, and on the opposite wall, there is a mirror that's built into the wall. Everywhere, everywhere in this room, the walls and the floor are these dingy gray tiles. Although on the floor, it's a little hard to see them because it is covered in blood and other indistinguishable fluids. And it's all sort of running towards the center of the room where there is a drain.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I want to go on one of the metal beds.
Yeah,
We're bare feet, right?
you are all barefoot and wearing hospital gowns. You have an IV in your right arms, and there is behind you, there's 3 IV stands with metal IV bottles.
And we're standing with naked feet on a pool of semi-coagulated blood and who knows what else.
Yep.
I
I think
pull the
you
IV out.
first
And I
let's
do a
have you
sanity
all roll
check.
sanity. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
That's a failure.
Okay.
That's a success.
success.
All right. Success is 0 loss, and a fail is a D3.
Free.
Excellent.
My
And just
day.
a reminder, you guys tell me when you have reached your 1/5 indefinite loss of sanity. So we can do that. Probably not yet though, but yeah. So what do you guys do?
For a moment, my face had beginning to shine with hope as we unbuckled, and I see these other people also free. And then I notice what's on the floor and turn around and I just take hold of the gurney because otherwise I might collapse.
Guys, look, we gotta get out of here. I'm just around. Do I see our clothes, our stuff?
No, you don't see any of your clothes, none of your stuff. All you see is the gurneys, the IV stands, and the bottles, the mirror built into the wall next to you, and the heavy metal door.
Look, guys, they want us to be scared. They're trying to fuck with our minds. We We got to be strong and just get out of here. We got
Doing a fucking good job at messing up with my mind. I grabbed the IV attached to my arm, the thing, and walked towards the door and tried to see if I can open it. I'm getting out of here.
Okay.
take that shit out of your arm, man. It's fucking with you.
It's making me feel better. This is what gave us the strength.
I don't know, man. I took mine out, right? Did I take mine out?
You said you did. Yeah. So
Okay.
you're
Yeah,
welcome to.
Fuck, you're right.
it's
I
You're right.
take
You're right.
mine
You're
out
right.
too.
This is covered in blood. I rip it off my arm and try to open the door.
Is there a
Excellent.
window in the door or anything? Is it just solid?
Nope. Just a solid door.
Okay,
Okay.
we got to be a little quiet. I'm fidgety and not at all like subtle at the moment, but I try to just pull on the door gently and see how hard it's going to be to.
Well, Harvey's at the door first.
Okay.
So, you saw him go towards the door, and on the back of Harvey's head, you see a square metal box, about the size of a matchbox. It has a little indicator light that's off in the corner. And that's Zip and Tina. You see that as
I instantly feel on my head.
Yeah.
What? Oh
you
my
have one
God.
too.
What the fuck is that? I look at Tina. I see the one on her head. Oh God.
I
My
haven't
face is
seen it
like
yet.
paper white and I'm curled on this table. What have they done to us? You seem to know something about agencies and stuff. Do you have any idea?
Yeah, I don't. I feel as well. Do I have one?
Yes, you do. And Harvey, you are opening the
Unaware.
door.
Mhm.
If you hear them talking about it, just FYI, the door is unlocked, so you are welcome to open it if you like. But if you hear them talking about stuff behind you, then
Okay.
you let me know.
So, sure. So the door opens, you said.
Yeah.
I scaredly grab the stand for the IV as some kind of improvised weapon. As somebody who's never been using weapons before would imagine that a big stick could help you. And I hear them talking. I'm like, "What are you talking about? Let's get out of here. The door's open. Let's run.
They put something in our heads.
What are you talking about?"
See, and I turn my head
And
to
I do
him,
the same thing when I
putting
see
the
hers. And like, fuck, I try to pull it. Does it like feel it's pulling on skin or something?
Yes, it is implanted in your head. It doesn't quite move very well. It's and also when you try to wiggle it around, it hurts a lot.
Oh, what the fuck is this?
They've been experimenting on us. It must be the army or something. Shit.
I will need another round of sand rolls, please.
regular
No,
success.
Okay.
that's a failure.
No. Mine's sorry, got confused with sips. 57. Just succeeded.
Okay. So on a success, it's only one, and on a fail, it's a D6.
And
Okay.
remind me, something happens when we get to half the sanity,
When you get
or
to a fifth
a fifth.
of your starting sanity,
And
then
if
you
one sanity check makes us lose more than how much was it that
oh,
it
more than 5,
5.
I believe.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I have 2 more to go.
Excellent.
Night is young, I believe.
Okay. The door is open.
Is there a way to get out of the room without touching the gross field again?
If somebody wants to pull you on the gurney,
Or
maybe.
you could use your ivy thing as a stick.
I try that. That sounds fun. Yeah. I try to
Okay.
sail away.
Sure.
I'm out on the
You
corridor by now.
okay. So yeah, let's say that you open the door and you get outside the room. So what you see is, 1 second, let me orientate myself here.
While we're still all together, can we look at each other's cube and see if we could see any switch or anything that can... All our lights are off, right?
All the lights are off. So you each have an indicator light on your metal device. Yeah, you guys can look at each other at the back of your heads and see that there's no switch or buttons or anything like that.
Guys,
Have have they?
what
Sorry, go ahead.
what happens if this light turns on? I'm not. Should we really leave? I mean, nothing here was good up until now, so I I'm afraid.
We maybe we're doing what they want us to do, and we can't do what they want us to do. We have to, but I think we have to try to escape. Have, have they shaved like the entire backs of our heads, or is it just like a small area where this box is?
They have shaved pretty much all the back of your heads.
The
And
boxes are smooth metal
It is smooth, yes.
and it feels metally.
Yeah, it feels like metal,
And what color are they?
silver. Mhm. Okay, so Harvey, you're in the corridor and you enter a hallway. Now, this hallway has the same dingy gray tiles on the floors and the walls. And as you exit the room, you are facing a wall of the hallway. And then to your right, you see that the hallway leads to a corner. And then there's a door right next to you, right next to the door that you just left. And then to your left, you see that the hallway goes down a bit further, and there are 2 more doors before it leads to a corner. And you can see in the corners of this hallway, at the top, near the ceiling, you can see that there are cameras and a speaker.
And all the doors are on the same side of the hallway, right? On the
That's
same
right.
wall. So the
That's
one
right.
in front of me is just a wall until the
It's
corner.
just a wall. Yeah.
But
okay, If they're watching us, the fuckers.
those look like cameras to me. I think. You think they left the door open on purpose?
Bet they did.
I saw on some TV show, some cop show, those mirrors they could be watching us through them. Should we
Hmm.
try to break through the mirror instead?
Yeah.
They wouldn't think we'd do that.
No.
They wouldn't be expecting that.
Yeah. It's good thinking. Yeah. What's your name?
Harvey. Harvey. Who are you?
I'm Zip.
Sip. And you?
Tina, hi.
Tina, Sip. Let's get out of here. But we have to go back into that horrible room. We need to go back and go through that. And we have to do it fast if they're watching. If they're watching us.
Let's smash it with one of these
The
poles.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So run back into the room and try to.
Okay.
Say, I help, or all of us do it.
Teamwork. Don't make it nightmarish dream war. Yeah?
Well, you all attempt to, so it's just I imagine you all have a grip on the pole and you're just kind of heave-hoeing it into this mirror. Yeah, you try to bust it through this mirror. Doesn't budge. It's not made of glass. And Harvey, maybe you remember from this cop show that typically when they make these mirrors, it's made out of bulletproof glass. So, yeah, you're not able to get through it with the pole. However, since you're all barefoot on a slippery ground and exerting yourselves, you can all roll me a dex, please.
Against what, sorry?
A dex.
Okay.
All right, success.
Okay.
Extreme success.
Fail.
Oh, okay. So Zip and Tina, you are fine. Harvey, you unfortunately slip and fall onto the ground. Yeah. Yeah. No damage to you, but you are now covered in the gross stuff that was on the floor.
Sanity check, please.
I mean, given your phobia, yeah, I think you should have a sanity check
That's
there.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
6. Ooh, just made it.
Success? Okay.
Success. Just early, but success.
Okay. So
point.
no sand loss for that.
Yeah, I'll help him up.
Okay.
Sorry, do I lose anything?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Um,
Thank you, Seb. Thank you. It's a little nervous.
the metal tables were. Sorry,
Good. Oh, good. Good.
after you.
Oh, you first.
I wanted to ask, the metal tables were movable, so if the three of us would take the table and throw it into the mirror.
I'll say something. Thanks to what the GM told us. I'm like, guys, maybe it's not. It cannot be glass. It would have at least cracked by now. It must be bulletproof glass. Yeah, I think I saw something about maybe it's bulletproof glass.
That's better glass. So would the table be
Why not? Let's try it.
better
What do you have to
solution?
lose?
Can we even lift it? I mean,
Let
I
me
would
see.
try.
I'll help her
Yes.
if she tries.
Okay.
Sure. I'll help too.
Yeah. Harvey, could you go on the other side, please?
Sure, why not? Why not? Why not? I have nothing to lose. I have nothing to lose. This must be a
Okay.
fucking nightmare.
Yeah, so looking at your strengths, all three of you together, you can maybe lift this up a bit. It's pretty heavy. I do need dexterities from all three of you again if you are lifting up this heavy thing on a slippery floor.
Hard success.
Hard
Let's see.
success.
Okay. Zip, what was that?
Success. Regular
Okay.
success.
Okay. So you guys are able to keep from falling down, but you can't quite get enough leverage on this gurney to toss it into the mirror. You can kind of like try to bang it against it, but again, it's bulletproof. It's not, it's just making a very loud sound. And as you do the third or fourth bang on it, you hear a siren. And the siren just gets louder and louder and louder. It is
Is it in the room, the
is
siren, or is it out in
deafening.
the corridor?
It was out in the hall, but it
That's where the
is,
speakers were by the cameras. Right.
yeah.
I mean, we could barricade the door with these tables, and I don't know if it won't do us good for very long. We could go smash those cameras. Maybe they wouldn't like that. Uh, we can't stay here in this room.
I'm bolting out.
Yeah,
I
I,
follow.
I run with Harvey. We gotta get out of here.
Okay. You guys run out of this room and
I turn left down the corridor to the
Yeah,
corner
left.
and then right.
okay. So the door closes behind you and you hear a click. But you're running. You run to the left and you pass by two doors. Uh, do you look at them at all, or are you just running to the end of the hallway?
Personally, Harvey's panicked, so he doesn't stop to. If he thinks something is that there's other people behind, other prisoners behind those doors. So I don't think I would stop to look at them. Just try to get out and
Okay.
as far away as soon as possible.
Okay.
Hopefully,
I would look though. My eyes are always darting around.
Okay.
I would just follow Harvey.
Okay. So Tina and Harvey are just running to the end of the hall. Zip, the first room that you pass is called Exam Room 2. And the second room you pass is called the Cold Room. And then you get to the corner and you make a left-hand turn. So
what was the first one called?
Exam Room 2
Yeah.
and then Cold Room.
Cold.
Cold Room.
I heard cult, and I was like, what?
Oh, yes, the cultist room. No, yeah. Exam Room 2 and the Cold Room.
Yeah, and only Sip
And then
knows this.
Yeah.
and then you turn the corner. And when you turn the corner, you see another hallway. And to your left on the wall is 3 more doors. And then to your right is just a wall. And the sirens stop. And now that you're actually in the hallway and running around, you notice that, again, this place is covered in blood. There is blood splatter. There is drag marks. There are footprints, bare footprints and shoe prints. And it's not just blood. It is probably other fluids. The smell is metallic. It's acrid. You also smell what might be antiseptic, but also bodily fluids, excrement. It's just it's putrid, really. So, you're in this hallway. What are you guys
So,
doing?
by the way, Kim, I'm gonna act a little erratic because as one of my phobias, I put slime or slimy things, and so this is my nightmare,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the corridor ahead of us, right? There were 3 doors to our left, no doors to the right, and beyond that third door, the corridor ends, or
There is another corner with
another corner
cameras
to
and a
that,
speaker.
but it goes
And
to the
it goes to the
left.
left.
As I see more doors appearing, I begin to look at the doors. Do they say something?
So, excuse me. So you only see, so the first door you encounter, it says office on it. The second door that you see is actually not a door. There's no door there, but it is like an entryway.
Hmm. Can we see what's beyond the entryway? Does it just open into like a courtyard or?
If you walk up to it, you can take a look in there.
I try not to fall too far behind the others. If they're running kind of at full speed, I'm not really going to stop, but I would glance in that direction.
Are you guys still running, or it seemed like you guys had stopped in this hallway and are actually looking. Yes?
Yeah, walking fast, looking, getting it. Yeah. So like
Okay.
started running and seeing more and more corridors, right? You kind of start going in that full panic might not be the best, and what's around me.
Okay.
When
Yeah.
the siren stopped, I would have stopped, and I want to hear if there's anyone coming from anywhere or something happening because of that, besides the other 2.
Okay.
Maybe they were just trying to get us out of the room, to scare us out of the
Mm.
room. Maybe this is what they wanted. Can oh, there's an office here. Maybe there's some papers here that explain things. Should we go in?
Uh, yeah, man. The, check it out. I'll look in this next door. I gotta make sure there's no more like the guy's not coming back. The doctor guy.
Okay.
I'll I'll keep a lookout.
Okay.
Holding the stand, the
Mm-hmm.
IV stand in one hand, like trembling with the other hand. I try to open the office door. I don't know, handle
Okay.
lights. I don't know.
So, Harvey, as you are going for the office, and Zip, you're going for the next,
The entryway. Yeah.
the entryway. Tina, please make me a uh yeah, make me an intelligence roll to see if you hear anything.
All right. Um, it's a success.
Okay. So you don't hear anybody following you, but you hear a couple of sort of indistinct or uh, a couple of different noises in indistinct locations. So you think you hear something that might be typing. Uh, you do hear far away footsteps similar to what you heard earlier when the blonde man was walking towards your room. And yeah, that's it. Some
From
typing noises
before
and
us or behind us?
again, you can't really place where exactly these noises are coming from at this point. They do sound far away and they don't sound like they're getting closer.
Part of me is like thinking like I would really love to have those shoes now because standing in this situation is also really
Yeah.
not my kind of what I want with my phobia. uh, and I follow Harvey into the office, hoping the floor looks a bit better, or maybe to find some clothes or shoes, especially shoes, or something to wash up. And I also would like to whisper to him what I heard about typing and distant footsteps, and that he's maybe right that we're still observed.
Okay.
Where the noise is coming from, Tina?
I I couldn't figure it out. It's so far away, and you two were also making noises, but
Maybe they're coming from the speakers. Maybe they're trying to mess up with us. Maybe that's why they stopped the alarm on the speakers. They're putting this noise from everywhere. So they want to make us paranoid. Yes, that's what they're
is
trying to
all
do.
of this experiment?
It sounds ridiculous. It's like what Sid was talking about, but I mean, we have a bloody metal box stuck to our heads. And yeah, maybe he's right. They're experimenting on us. Let's see. Let's see if we find something in this office that says something, at least a carpet to stand on.
Yes, that would be awesome. Oh.
So, unfortunately, when you try the office, it is locked. It's the same heavy metal door. But Tina, as you got closer to it, you did hear that maybe the typing is coming from in there.
There's somebody in there. Should we try to interact with them or not?
Ah, yes, you're right. There's typing some from here. If they must be part of it, they're taking notes. Unless we can take them hostages. Can we take somebody hostage? I don't know.
Maybe they put us back on these metal beds.
Yes,
Just
let's keep going. Where's Sid? Where did he go?
Yeah. We'll catch up with Zip.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm just down the hall, or I was down the hall, going towards this entryway.
okay. Yeah, you walk towards it and you look into the room. And what you see is what looks to have been a break room, a
Hmm.
place in an office where people would go and make lunch, uh, or get some coffee. And now you can still see that there are some tables and chairs. They are flipped over. There's some appliances, maybe a coffee machine, but those are also just strewn about everywhere. There's also a lot of blood. And there are some body parts that are
Okay.
on the table. And when you look down, you do see that there are drag marks coming out or going in to the break room and leading to the refrigerator.
I don't
This
know if I
might,
want to look inside this fridge. Do I need to make a sand roll?
yeah, this will require a sand roll.
Yeah, this is I I didn't expect even the government with their medical experiments to be this brutal. That's not a success. That's a failure. Actually, I have four until I'm one fifth out. I miscalculated before.
Okay. Uh, this is a this is a D3 sand
Three,
loss.
okay. Okay. God. This, what the fuck's going on here, man? You just gotta hear me around the corner. Oh my God. What are they doing here? What fucking place is this?
We reach you, right? So
Yeah, I'm
what the
just around the corner.
what the fuck? What the fuck? Do the body parts look like they're just strewn over the floor, or are they like on the tables for a meal, or what?
Uh, if you want to examine them closer, you may, but they are on the tables and on like the counter space where normally there would be some appliances.
What the fuck? This is this is not even an examination room. Why is there blood everywhere? What's in that fridge?
I'm, I'm not fucking looking in there.
Dude,
I pointed the drag marks leading up to it, the bloody drag marks.
My something inside of me, the part that wants to write that blockbuster novel and become a famous writer and something, makes me want to at least first look at the body parts in more detail.
Okay. Yeah, you can, yeah, make me a spot hidden then to examine things closer.
Pretty high on. Absolute excellent, super duper success, whatever. I
Oh,
got three. I rolled a three and
okay.
I'm
Oh, wow. Okay. So
extreme
extremist
success.
success. Yeah.
Finds
All
the
right.
treasure.
There's a
So,
key.
Yes.
yeah, you find a door that magically leads outside. You win.
The
Good
end.
job. No. So you examine the the parts in the area. You see some bite marks that to you look human on the limbs. Uh, you see a mix of mostly blood in here, but other sort of indistinguishable fluids. Uh, One of those other fluids looks like it's like a black gel type stuff. It's on some of the body parts. It's on some of the surfaces. And since you rolled so well, you find a sort of quarter size like glob of it on the counter. And you notice that it is sort of shimmering. And it might be moving a little bit.
Guys, that thing is moving. I swear. I saw it move. And people have been eating them. They're fucking cannibals. I need to get out of here. We need to get out of here.
We need to get out of here.
Why would they put a box on our heads if they're going to eat us?
I don't know, man.
They were going to make us eat the people. I don't know. This thing is moving. It cannot be moving.
But we gotta get out of here. And I just start to run further down the hallway.
Okay.
I will look at that third door. I'm looking for an exit sign or something.
Hospital gowns have no pockets or anything like that, right?
No pockets.
I would actually like to know if the body parts still have clothes or parts of them on it.
No.
All right. I follow the others.
I have not even. I back up in horror. I mean, slimy things are my phobia. This is a sort of jelly thing that's moving and shit. So I'm backing in horror. And I feel something against my back, something cold, and I realize I'm standing with my back towards the fridge. And I cannot help but open it.
Okay. So we'll leave you. We'll leave you there for a second. We'll go to Zip. Just want to describe what he sees first. So you run out, you go back into the hallway. The last door on your left, it says top secret. And then you hit the hallway, hit the corner of the hallway, and it makes another left. And again, there's cameras and speakers.
Yeah.
Do you continue to run or do you try to go through that door?
The top secret door?
Yeah.
I keep running. I'm looking for something that looks more like an exit.
Okay. So, Harvey, you have your back to the refrigerator and you're about to open it. Tina, what are you up to?
I wanted to leave the room, but I would look back to Harvey, wondering what is taking so long. So we, having in mind that we stick together, and Zip already got out, so I want to see where he's.
Okay, so are you following Zip, or?
No, I would go back to Harvey.
Go back to Harvey.
Trying to collect him to move on.
Suggest you're in the opposite side of the room when you see in shock and horror that I'm about to open that refrigerator door. Just in case something attacks from the outside, you're safe. From the inside, sorry, you're safe. This is player to player, I'm saying.
Yeah. So, Tina, you start to go back to Harvey just as he is opening the refrigerator.
My distance.
Okay.
This is always already covered in gore.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I fell on the floor, so I look like that. I'm camouflaged here.
I wouldn't go near you like 5 feet or something.
I wouldn't go near myself if I could help.
Yeah. You open the refrigerator and there is a torso.
I was hoping you'd say a magic sword +3 or something.
Sorry, no. There's a torso, and it is covered in that black gel, that black goo, plus blood and other stuff. The head and the limbs are missing. It's just a torso. And also, as you open the refrigerator, the smell that comes out of there. If you've ever opened a refrigerator that has not been opened in a very long time, or that has something gone bad in it, it's not cold anymore. Also, by the way, it is a lukewarm refrigerator. Harvey and Tina, please both roll me con.
That is a success. Regular.
Yes. And let me see. It is strong success, 11. By 1 point it was excellent or whatever, but
An
it's not
extreme.
extreme. It didn't make it to extreme by 1 point.
Okay.
It's a hard success.
That's fine. You don't need an extreme here. Yeah, so you're both able to keep your composure, keep your lunch, whatever that may be, firmly where it is. And yeah, again, torso with bite marks covered in this black goo. We'll leave you two there for now. And we're going to go to Zip.
Yeah.
Zip, you round the corner, make a left, and you see another hallway
Mm.
with 3 more doors on the left-hand side.
Yeah, I'll run by and look at them, see if any of them looks like the way out of here.
Exam room 3 is the first one. Exam room 4 is the second one. And the file room is the third one.
Isn't going anywhere. Uh, logically, is around the next corner likely the where we started? I don't know how good my direction sense would be, but
You can make an intelligence roll if you like.
yeah. Yeah, that's a success.
Okay. So you get the idea that if you round the next corner, there's going to be another hallway. And if it looks like it goes and it makes a left, and if you see that there's another corner at the end of this next hallway that also makes a left, you would know that this facility is a square. And
Hmm.
that second left would be, you would be back to where you started.
So there's still one more hallway that we haven't looked at. This is the
Right.
third. This is the third
Exactly.
hallway.
Right.
I'm gonna just go around again. I want to look at all these doors.
Okay.
But these doors obviously go into the inside of the square, so I'm not getting my hopes up.
Okay. We'll go back to Harvey and Tina, who have kept their composure as much as they can with this refrigerator. What are you guys doing now?
I am wondering why the refrigerator is warm. Is he plugged out, or was there even something powering it at some point?
Where's the light coming from? That's a great question.
Oh, it looks like it's still plugged in.
But
It looks
it's
like what,
out.
It's still plugged in, but it's not functioning, it seems.
Do I see something like silverware around?
Do you see something what?
Like spoons or
Oh, yeah.
knives?
Yeah, you can find some silverware. Something pointy around?
I would like to take a knife and I need something to isolate myself. I tried to get a power out or maybe a fire, but power out would also work, I hope.
Hmm.
Did
Okay.
you see something around here, Harvey?
Oh.
Looking for myself and
I've seen.
ignoring the feeling of ants on my feet from the inside
Yeah.
as best as I can. Harvey,
Go. Yes, let's find a knife. Is there?
I have a knife. I need something so I don't get shocked.
I shocked? Why
I
would you
want
get shocked?
I want to stick it into the outlet and maybe we get a power out or
But
fire.
are there lights?
Hopefully fire.
Are they lights in the ceiling?
Yep. The same
There is power.
rectangle fluorescent lights.
So there's power. You want to start a fire. You need cover. Fire. I don't know. I take off my gown and give it to her. Is this what you need?
I'm not sure. Maybe if I try to roll it as thick as I can and wrap it around the knife, assuming it's a knife without a particular handle to
Yeah,
isolate.
it's a butter knife, so
Yeah.
it's all metal
Yeah,
and
I
not very sharp.
would try to pluck the fridge out and put the knife in, and
You're gonna kill yourself. What are you doing?
I hope not. I hope we.
There's still hope.
I want
We
to
still
get
get out
out
of
of
here.
here. Maybe
Hmm.
a door gets opened, or I don't know, something good happens for once in this crazy hell. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Or fire.
Okay. You are able to unplug the refrigerator and you stick the knife in the outlet. Welcome back. We took a quick break and now we are going to see what is happening when Tina sticks this butter knife into the outlet. So I think what we need to do is have you roll luck.
I have a normal success, regular.
Okay. So you avoid getting electrocuted, first off. So very good. You stick the butter knife in there. You hear sort of you hear a crackle, and then the fluorescent lights uh, start to flicker more more profoundly. And yeah, I think then they go off.
They go off.
So yeah, they turn off. And Tina, you do get a little bit of you do get a little bit of a shock. So you have to, quickly remove your hand, but there's no damage for this. So lights go off. Zip. As you are rounding the corner, you also see the lights flicker, but they don't go off for you.
Weird. I'm just trying to keep moving and look at those other doors, see if there's anything
Okay.
that looks like a way out.
Okay. So, yeah, we'll just stick with you for the moment, you round the corner and you see in this hall there's restrooms, a men's room and a ladies' room.
Sometimes washrooms have a cigarette machine, like a dispenser
Oh,
in them.
yeah. Okay.
I'm just gonna go into the men's room and see if there's anything useful or
Okay.
well, primarily cigarettes, but
Okay. So you go into the men's room. Tina and Harvey, you, so after your uh quick check with the with the butter knife, the
Double
lights
session.
in yeah, the lights go out for you in the break room, but you can see in the hall that they just flickered but they're still on. What would you guys like to do?
Did it worked in here? Maybe that's not the right room, but it did something, didn't
Whatever you
it?
did, I bet you they were not expecting it. So that has to be good. That has to have caught their attention, right? In a good way. Maybe they'll see we're not joking around and they'll let us go because, you know,
Or maybe you have to find a room where it matters more to get out of here. I don't know.
I don't know what you're trying to do, but I need some sort of weapon or something. That was a butter knife. Let's look for steak knives. Maybe there's a steak knife here.
Yeah, let's take a whole lot of it and maybe use it in other rooms. Can I remove the gown from the knife to give it back to Harvey?
Yes, you can. It's a
Then I
little
do so.
there's a little bit of singeing because Harvey, you did fall into the blood, so um, because it conducts better with liquid, so
Yeah.
there is some singeing on it, but it's pretty much intact still, if you want to put it back on.
Um,
Sorry.
I want just like the absurdity of the situation. There's this, super skinny, middle height guy who's covered in gore, his feet and his legs up to his knees, right? Because there he had his gun.
Yep.
His arms up to like almost his shoulders and maybe his face and hair. But from basically where the gown would be covering, right? It's like pasty white, like painfully pasty white, right? For now,
Yep.
until he falls again. Uh, I received the gown from Tina and tear it in two and wrap it around my feet, oblivious to the fact that I'm naked.
Okay.
If my eyes adjust, I'm going to try to look for a steak knife, or even better, a very long, pointy, broken, hence pointy, bone.
Uh-huh. Okay. Uh, let's get a luck check then from you.
A what? A luck check.
Luck, yes.
I would also try to grab a few forks or knives.
Okay. So, we'll just do individual luck checks then.
All
See
right.
what you individually find.
These 51, luck 65. Yes, success. Regular success.
Okay.
Failure.
A failure. Okay.
Mhm.
So, Tina, you only find more just regular cutlery like forks, spoons, butter knives. Harvey, you do find one sort of steak knife. It has a plastic handle and a serrated edge. It's not terribly big, but it's it's the crappy one that you have in the office that everybody uses. So it's sharp enough to do what it needs to do. Um, However, if you would prefer, you could maybe use the steak knife to get to one of the bones that is in some flesh on one of the limbs around here. That is up to you.
I really want to, but I don't think I'm down the sanity line yet.
Okay. Then you have the
If
steak
there's one
knife.
that looks almost there, that you just need to scrape a little bit, I might be close enough to doing something like crazy like that. But if there's like a whole
Yeah.
leg or arm and you really have to go to town on it, like and really scrape it, I'm probably not there yet. So
There is one that is quite rotted. So it would be easier, but it's still
wait, roll me
there.
for sanity because I'm doing it.
Okay, yeah.
Especially if it's
Roll.
broken on one end, so it's actually sharp, all sharp
Yeah,
and
it's got some sharp edges. It's pokey and
yeah,
sharp.
totally,
So,
totally.
all right.
Sanity, yeah.
Yeah, roll a sanity to cut up this rotten meat.
Hey, and I succeeded again. I'm succeeding
Okay.
always by 2 or 3 points, but succeeding.
All right. Well, no sand loss for this.
Okay. So I just
You
like clean it up, right? Clean it
yeah,
up,
you
scrape
clean
it.
it up. It's still kind of gross and it smells bad, but it is a pokey implement. Pokey sharp implement.
So naked, scrawny guy, dirty in some parts, pasty white in others, with a gown wrapped around his feet, holding a plastic steak knife in one hand and some sort of human bone in the other. Yeah, I'm
Right.
gonna have nightmares tonight.
Yeah. Great. Tina, how are you feeling about the way Harvey looks right now?
I'm not feeling so good at all. So this is just the tip of the iceberg, I would say.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess I would rather be looking around for something flammable,
Okay.
just in case, just to have it at least.
Yeah, you didn't pass your luck, so
Mhm.
unfortunately there is no flammable
It's more
things in
like this
here.
nervous, like I want to get out of here, grabbing some forks and knives, and can we get to somewhere else? Please, Harvey? Please.
Tina, it feels so good to have something in your hand. Here, take the steak knife. This will be better than your butter knife. Take the steak knife.
But
You'll feel a little better.
those conducted electricity, and maybe we can.
Sure. Do as you please. Do as you please. If you want a knife, that's fine. Of course, you're talking to a total stranger who's covered in blood and has a human bone in one hand and a steak in the other, and is naked. So,
I would say that's not the weirdest thing tonight, so or today or whatever.
oh,
Yeah,
okay. Just let's find Zip. Where's Zip? Where's Zip? Where did Zip go?
he's gone for so long. Maybe we should look for him. Maybe he got in trouble. Maybe
Oh,
I don't know.
maybe he got in trouble. What are we in? A
More
Renaissance
trouble
fair?
than this? I don't know.
Sorry.
Let's look
Let's
for
go
him.
look for him. Yes. Yes.
Going to the hall.
Okay. And you go the way that Zip went, or yeah, I guess you would follow where he went, right? Okay.
It's the last we saw of him.
Okay.
My eye though is called. There was one door that said file room. Can that
That
catch my attention?
is so you pass by the top secret room, which is the last door in this
Oh,
hallway.
actually, top secret.
You hang a left, and then the file room is in the other hallway.
Player chat. I imagine the top secret room is what they want us to go into. But character-wise, could we resist checking the top secret room?
Mm,
Tina, that's top secret. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what they have in there? Should we go?
after all of this, I don't think so. No.
I'm not going there by myself. Come with me.
Do you really want to go in there? What
I don't know.
other choices do we have here? Maybe something less dangerous. I'm not.
Wait a second. You're right. If they're watching us, then they're not planning on killing us right now. They're waiting for us to do something, right? Right?
Maybe we should.
That's why they're watching us.
Maybe we should check all the rooms, see if someone is in there,
Yes.
and if not, try to find what we can to help us get out of here.
Sip, Sip. Do we see footprints that can tell us if Sip came this way, went into any of the rooms? Do we hear him in the distance?
Let's actually check in with Zip first before we determine if he's making noise or not. So Zip, you go to the men's room.
Hmm.
You open the door to the men's room, and it looks like a regular men's room. There are sinks and a mirror above the sink. On the floor, it looks like it's dirty water. Looks like the toilets have overflowed. There's a couple stalls and then some urinals. And you can make me a spot hidden as well.
Okay. That's a success. Regular success.
Regular success. Okay. Uh, you see in one of the stalls there's something under the water on the floor.
Hmm.
It does look black and shiny. It's an amorphous shape.
I
You can't really tell what it is though.
I kind of touch it with my toe a bit carefully. I'm still kind of in a hurry and super jittery, but I kind of touch it with my toe, and if nothing remarkable happens, I reach down for it with my hand.
Okay. You kind of touched it with your toe and it felt a little slimy.
Hmm.
Do you still reach for it with your
What is
hand?
this? Yeah, yeah, could be.
Okay. You reach for it with your hand, and it doesn't feel like something grabs your arm. It, but it feels like you are being sucked by your hand into the ground. And I need you to make a strength check if you want to take your arm
I think
out.
my reaction would be to fight against this.
Yeah,
That is a failure.
that is a failure. So, Zip, your arm gets sucked, and then your head and your shoulders, and then the rest of your body gets sucked in.
I didn't realize it was that big of a thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, cool. That's why we shouldn't play around, play in the bath.
Yep. So, you are falling. You're falling, and then you feel as though your entire body is being pulled apart atom by atom, molecule by molecule. You're passing through, you can't even tell what it is, but your molecules are are racing through time and space, seeing things, hearing things. And yet seeing and hearing nothing at all. And then you feel yourself reassemble. And then you are thrown and you land on a gray tiled floor.
Hmm.
And let me see here. Okay. We'll start with a sand roll
Okay.
for experiencing this strange sensation.
Hmm. That is a failure.
Okay. That is a D6 sand loss.
Okay, that brings me down to my 1/5
Okay. We'll deal
level.
with that in a second.
Excellent.
I need you to roll con, please.
Okay. Hmm. I'm regretting all those years of smoking.
It
But that is a success, so good on me.
is.
My
Okay.
recent health kick has helped.
Okay. So you only get 1 point of damage. And I'm keeping track of your damage, by the way, so you don't
Okay,
have to
good.
worry about it.
Flip, I think you were the first human being to be spaghettified by a black hole.
It
Congratulations.
wasn't unlike this is reminding me of why I stopped taking acid. My character, that is.
Sure, sure. Your character, of course.
Uh-huh.
Um,
A friend of mine.
yeah, totally your friend. Um, okay, and as you realize you have been spit out of this portal, you notice you are covered in black goo, the black shiny gel substance that you've been seeing around here. So now we will do now you're for your bout of madness.
Yes.
Um, let's have you roll a D4 and a D10, please.
That's a 4 out of 10.
4 out of
Hopefully high
10.
is good.
Okay. So your bout is your mind becomes a stage for vivid and elaborate theatrical performances. So you can interpret that how you like. You can roll another D10 to see how long it lasts as well.
Okay, perfect. 5.
Okay, so say that it lasts about 5 minutes. And since we're not really in combat or anything, so so how does this bout look or sound?
Well, first of all, am I back in the hospital or whatever this place is? You mentioned the gray tile again.
Yeah, so you are actually in a room that looks almost exactly like the room you started in, except there's no furniture, there's no gurneys, uh, there's no, there's pretty much nothing except for if you turn around, it's the sort of portal goo stuff that spit you out before.
Okay. But I'm standing, or I slid out and
Yeah, you
sitting on
slid
the
out
floor.
and you are on solid ground on the tiles, and it's just, there's some blood and other things around here. Uh,
I
Something that you will notice though is that the door and the mirror are on opposite sides than the room that you started in.
yeah. I don't consider that material at this point.
Okay.
It's good to know. I'm probably on the opposite side of the building, the facility. I I kind of resigned myself. Like I feel like I've been reborn. I've been birthed again as some kind of a slime creature, perhaps,
Okay.
or maybe yeah, I've been reborn. I'm not even sure if I'm human anymore at this point. Um, I'm not even sure if this is reality, I guess, but I've been born into some place that looks like the last place, but maybe it's another dimension. I mean, I've read about transcendental meditation and,
Yeah.
traveling, astral travel and stuff. I I'm not feeling alarmed like I need to go running madly, but I'm I think I need to go I'm just gonna go walking down the hallway and see what I find.
Okay. So you open the door out of this room and you get back out into the hallway and you do hear Harvey and Tina to your right, who are talking about the top secret door. Would you like to go towards them?
Yes. But
Okay.
I'm gonna try to sneak up on them.
Yeah, we're around the corner from him, right? If my map is correct, and I assume
Yes.
correctly where he came out.
Yep. You are around the corner. So Harvey and Tina, you are talking about going into the top secret door, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And you have decided that you want to go in there?
I don't know. I want Tina to convince me not to go in there.
I don't want to go in there.
I hear you, but like the answers to everything we're looking for might be here. Hey, where did Sid go? Is there some? Can you notice footprints in this blood? It should be easy to see if
There's a
somebody.
lot of footprints.
Oh, that's true. How about this? All this goopy thing on the floor. Do we see like it's been trampled a lot? Just Zip who came here before us. There's
Uh,
footprints.
I won't make you roll for this. So you can distinguish some running footprints as opposed to walking or shuffling footprints. And most of the footprints are actually shoe prints, so people wearing shoes. Um, and then you do see some distinct like bare footprints.
The ones that seem like running, were they the shorn ones, the ones that were wearing shoes, or the
No,
naked
they were
foot
bare.
feet? The bear were running. Okay, I
Yeah.
pointed out to Tina. Tina, sorry, this is probably writer's fixation with detail, but look at the floor. There's this footprints here. Somebody barefoot like us was running, and somebody with shoes was also here. Do you think that was the scream? The woman screaming?
Maybe we are not the first ones, but the guy who examined us, he had shoes, right? I think I
Yes,
heard shoes.
yes,
Maybe we
yes.
should follow his trail. He has to be somewhere or gone somewhere.
Yeah. I remember somehow
Maybe
the
out of
words in my
here.
head. Dressing shoes against a linoleum floor. Somebody said that inside my head. You're right. You're right. One question. Did the blood on his apron look fresh or dry to you?
Both.
Both.
Crystal, sorry?
Both.
It was both.
Thank you. Wonder, would it be a good idea to find him or a bad idea? Do you think he killed a woman? I heard a woman screaming. Did I make that up? Did you hear a woman screaming when we were in the
I
room?
think, I mean, I don't want to find him, but I want to find where he did go. So
You're right. You're right. You're right, Tina. Please,
he's
lead. I
he
cannot
doesn't
lead.
seem to be
You
here.
lead. I'm losing it.
I uh I all right, I tried to find his trail among every other trail on the ground and follow it to outside of here. Hopefully.
Zip, are you joining or are you just listening to them?
I'm listening to them.
Okay.
I also kind of I want to find that blonde-haired, blue-eyed man. Perhaps maybe he can explain what I am now, my new form. Did I glance in the mirror? I think I did as I when I
Sure.
noted. Did I look like myself and just covered in black goo, or have I taken a new form entirely?
You look like yourself, covered in black goo, unless your theater of the mind has made you appear some other way.
I think I just kind of looked like a little more amorphous.
Okay.
Um, like maybe that glob of black goo that Harvey found, but you know, human size.
Okay. Uh, okay. So you're just kind of lurking, uh,
Oh,
and wait.
I'll kind of peek around the corner at them.
Okay. Uh, if you guys are trying to determine footprints going somewhere, you can do a spot hidden.
Individuals? Individual roles?
Yeah,
Success.
individual royals. Yeah.
It's a
Normal
regular
success,
success.
not strong.
Okay. Both regular successes?
Yeah.
All right. Uh, first of all, you do see Zip peeking around the corner. Um, in addition to that, you do see that the a lot of the footprints, the bear footprints as well as the shoe footprints, they do all kind of lead to you can see that they lead to and from the office and the door at the end of the next hall, uh, around the corner from the top secret room.
That was the file room just for my benefit, I
Yes.
guess.
So, so for Zip, since he's seen it, it is the file room. So yes, there is a lot of movement going between file room and the office.
So the locked office and the file room. And the file room, remind me, because I might have gotten this mirrored, was the next door around the corner from the top secret door.
No, it is in the next hallway. It's just the last door in the hallway.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
And out of curiosity, when we see Sip, we got, I don't know if this happened, we don't know, but he got the mirror. Did the robe, the thing, the cloth he was wearing also materialize, or he's just naked and covered in goo?
His yeah, his
Gown.
gown also materialized.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
So what are you doing there? What happened to you? What's that on you? It's like the stuff on the table. What happened to
Are you
you?
all right, Zip? Trying to.
I kind of just look at them quizzically. Am I Zip? I I'm different now.
What do you
Do you
mean?
mean, Sip?
I've been reborn into another form. Maybe I am where I meant to be all along. Maybe this is my home now.
What are you talking about? Turn around. Let me see that box behind your head. Is that what they're doing to us?
I, I turn around.
Is the light on?
the light is not
Oh.
on.
Zip, what happened to you? Why are you saying those things? This is not our place. The secret services of some sort. They're messing with you, man. They're
You wanted
messing
to
with you.
get
Don't let
out
them
of
win.
here.
I used to worry a lot about them. Hmm. And I kind of just, this is a little too much to think about. I kind of turn around and walk the other way, back towards the file room.
Okay. As you are walking away, uh, I need you to make one more roll, which is a D10, please.
Certainly. 10.
10.
Wow.
Uh, please subtract 10 from your intelligence and your power, please.
All right. Do I have to subtract 10 from my sanity also? Or just my power?
No, not from your sanity. You already rolled sanity for
Yeah. No, I'm just, my
this.
sanity was originally based on my power. I was just wondering if,
Oh, no, no.
yeah. Okay. Okay. So my intelligence is down to 60 and my power is down to 30.
Okay. And you are starting to come out of your bout now. Whether that changes how you feel or not is up to you. But you do feel a little bit closer to this place. You feel
Mm-hmm.
like,
Definitely.
yeah, maybe not necessarily you belong here, but you feel like there is something here that, I don't know, that you feel close to.
I certainly don't feel the need to escape. I think my destiny is wrapped, i- aligned with this place, at least for now, and I think I need to find what's at the heart of it. What's
Yeah,
what's the reason for this
yeah,
place? Why was I brought here? What do they want? I'm not necessarily fearful of that any longer. It's more curiosity.
okay. So yeah, Zip is walking away from you, Harvey and Tina. What are you
But in the
doing?
direction that we wanted to go, right? Towards the file room.
Yeah.
Towards the
Yeah.
file room, yeah.
So I'm walking behind him because I'm trying to get to the file room, and in my confused mind, for all I know, he's agreed to go to the file room with us since I don't know all the stuff that's going inside case.
I would also follow up.
Okay. As you all approach the file room, you hear a series of clicks coming from the doors. At least you think they're coming from the doors, but the file room door clicks.
I reach to open it when we arrive. That's my intention anyway.
Yeah, it's open.
I go in and I just sort of say, there's truth here in these files. And I kind of just slowly look around.
Okay. The other two, you follow him in?
Yes.
Okay.
A sharp bone that wants to make its acquaintance with the blue eyes of a certain blondie.
All right. So the file room is almost exactly how it sounds. Uh, there are, it's a simple square room. This room actually has carpeting. It's threadbare, very short carpeting. Um, and it's a dark color. You can't quite see all the stains in it. Maybe it feels a little damp, but otherwise, this seems to be the cleanest room that you've encountered so far. There are uh, 6 file-resistant filing cabinets, and they're all labeled with various things. And there are papers and uh, manila folders and binders and various other office things just kind of spread all over the floor. Some of them are kind of destroyed with blood or other things. Uh, but yeah, the the filing cabinets are labeled project briefings, and then there are file cabinets with letters on them, so A through E, F through J, K through O, P through T, and U through Z. What
You
would
said it
you
was
guys like to
Project
do?
Three Things? Project Three Things?
Project briefings.
Three things.
Briefings. B
Briefing.
R,
Thank
yeah,
you. Sorry. Project Briefing. Mhm,
BRIEF.
mhm,
Briefings.
mhm.
I would like to look at those, and every file I look at, I put out of the fire resistant drawer on the ground and like to stack them there
Okay.
after
So
reading.
Tina, that's what you're doing. Harvey?
Uh, I look around and lunch for the filing cabinet that has the A to J. I'm looking for the L. My surname starts with an L. So I'm looking for my
Okay.
file there.
Okay. And Zip, are you doing anything?
I'm not sure whether to look at B for black or G for goo. Um, I think my name, yeah, my last name started with Z, so I'll look, or at least what I think was my name. I'll look under Z.
Okay. Uh, everybody make a spot hidden, please.
Success.
Okay.
Failure.
Oh.
I roll a 9, so it's a super duper success, extreme success.
Aha. Okay. So, Tina, you look in the project briefings, and unfortunately, they are just a complete mess. Uh, they're very, very disorganized. Uh, it is just very, very, uh, they're all kind of dirty. It's hard to determine what's what. Uh, it was just a fail. It wasn't a fumble, right?
Just a fail.
Okay. Uh, okay, you do find one thing, and I'm gonna post it in the Discord thread. So, uh, Tina, if you want to read it, or I can read it out loud.
I can give it a shot.
Okay.
Everything? Yeah. Top
Yeah.
secret. Project Briefing Memo. Date Friday, October 5th, 1973. Classification level 3, confidential. From Dr. Siegfried Fleischer to CIA headquarters. Subject Weekly Project Update. Operation Codename The Protocol. Dear Sir, I am writing to provide you with a brief update on the progress of Operation Codename The Protocol as of the week ending October 5th, 1973. I am ever so pleased to report the test subject US-SF-MA06 has shown impressive progress. They have exhibited remarkable advancements in their mental abilities and are now the sole focus of the project for the remainder of the month. I am confident the device will revolutionize intelligence gathering for the rest of time. A small experimental accident occurred this week, resulting in minor injuries sustained by some agents. This will delay the results, but I assure the agents and assistants involved are already better and excited and eager to continue to work on my miraculous device. I remain optimistic about the potential outcomes of the protocol project and the importance to our understanding of human cognitive enhancement. Sincerely, Dr. Siegfried Fleischer, Lead Scientist, Operations, The Protocol.
The wonderful part that doesn't work out and reading out loud is all the spelling mistakes and choice words used to make it sound like it was written by a German speaker, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay. So, Tina, you find that. Harvey and Zip, you succeeded, right? In your, oh, and Harvey, you got a very good success. Okay. So you're trying to find the files on yourself.
I am.
Okay. And Zip, you were also trying to
Yep.
find. Yeah. Okay. You both find the files on yourself. So, Zip, the file on yourself is it looks like it's pretty basic. It kind of looks like a um, sort of a report that you would get at the doctor's office. So it has your height, your weight, eye color, ethnicity. Also has your blood pressure, temperature. It has some It has your blood type. It has other details that maybe you didn't even know about yourself. But just general things that they would have taken at a doctor's office.
Mm.
And yeah, that's all that you find in your file. Harvey, your file is thick. You find the same thing on yourself, the sort of general doctor's office information. But you also find pictures. Pictures of yourself when you didn't realize pictures were being taken of you. You find detailed notes about where you live, where you go, what you do. There is even perhaps a couple of pages of a of something that you were writing, maybe part of your novel, but it's ones that you maybe threw away. Yeah. So
Like my
you can
research
tell
notes that
me,
I've been gathering by doing drugs and all on the streets, what got me in here, they
yeah,
have them.
yeah.
One question, when Tina read the memo she found, does the date Friday, October 5, 1973 ring a bell? Like, yes, this was yesterday, a week ago, or this is like 2 years ago.
Uh, that is recent. So you would say that October 5th, in in terms of what you remember, time that you remember, that would be about uh maybe a week ago.
Gotcha.
Is it the same for all of us? Or if I try to remember the date, is it further away? Or
It is more or less the same. You would say that it was maybe a week and a half ago. But you don't know how long you've been here
Mhm.
either.
Guys, this is okay. This is not an accident. They know everything about us. They know everything about me. They've been following me. Probably you too. What's this protocol that they're talking about? What is
what's
this
your subject
intelligence
number?
gathering? Uh,
You've looked at your folders. What's your subject number?
what's the subject matter on my folder, please, GM?
Oh, your
I want
subject
to.
number is the one that you gave.
Okay,
So,
so it's
yeah.
not MA06.
No,
Mm-hmm.
none of you
Is it?
have that number.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. I
So
made
none
up a
of
number.
us is dimension test subject.
That's what I mean. But Tina, it could be you. You haven't found your file, have you? Look for your file.
All right, I look for it. Maybe you can find something else in this briefing. It's just gibberish. I don't
I'm
know.
standing by A to J, so I start looking for, oh no, I don't know your surname, so no, I'm not looking for you.
I'm looking for my own file.
Yeah. Yeah. Spot hidden, please.
Sure. Well, where did this go? So not no. Not a
Okay.
fumble.
Okay. So you find a folder, like a manila folder with your name in it, but there's nothing in it.
No subject number, nothing.
Nope.
All right.
Well, it has the subject number written on it, but there's nothing inside. Yes.
Oh,
As I look through my folder, the general impression that I get is this incredibly creepy amount of following me, but like they're experimenting on me, or there's some information maybe on the summary sheet or something that surprises me. Like, I mean, they're talking about injuries sustained by some agents. Like, is it actually Agent Harvey Lexington? Like, I'm really part of them and have forgotten any, or it's my life with nothing extra.
It doesn't say anything about an agent. It just
Uh-huh.
says it's it's basically a lot of information, like besides the doctor information, which you might know, but maybe you
I
don't. But
don't know.
otherwise, the information about your life is everything you know about it. It's stuff that you
Mhm.
remember or maybe don't remember all that well because of certain drug usage or partying.
Mhm.
Um, but for the
Last
most part,
entry.
it's
Yeah, nothing.
yeah.
It's the life I know, but does the last entry match a memory I still have, or is it past my last memory?
Oh, interesting. Uh, give me a luck roll.
You got it. You said luck?
Luck, yeah.
Better than even odds. Don't fight a lot. Fail.
Okay. Yeah, everything in the folder you remember, and it wasn't like it's basically the last thing in the folder is something, it's a time when it like nothing seemed strange. Like you didn't notice anything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Human cognitive enhancement. I mean, that's not much different than what I was pursuing, what I have been pursuing, trying to find deeper meaning and increase my understanding. I mean, it doesn't really sound so bad. Sure. I mean, I knew that was the CIA or the FBI, and yeah, obviously Dr. Siegfried Fleischer is that German, blue-eyed, blonde-haired guy. Maybe I should just sit down and talk with him.
Don't start turning votes on us. They've been following us. They selected us for something. Cannot believe they did all of this. But they're testing our reactions. What? Were this field agents that were injured?
Hmm.
Maybe
At
if we look
least,
some more, we'll find something about the nature of this protocol thing. I start desperately leaving through papers on the floor, assuming that all the papers in the cabinets are about the subjects. I'm starting to look at all the files that I'm trying to go through the files that are not in the cabinets.
I would like to search first the mentioned subject, the test file, the subject file.
Oh, okay. Okay. Zip, are you doing anything?
I'm kind of just standing watching them.
Okay.
And I'm also thinking about where would Dr. Fleischer be? Probably in the office. But I'm not acting on that thought yet.
Okay.
Are you saying that?
No, I'm just thinking
All right.
in my head.
Okay.
While I'm rummaging, I go like, Sip, stay with us. What happened to you, man? What happened? You're so
Hmm.
you're you're not acting the same. What happened to you, Sip? Stay with us. Talk to me.
Oh, I was born again. I
I
was
pause
taken
my
apart
search.
and reassembled, I suppose.
Do you still feel like it's you, even in some way?
Oh, I suppose, but maybe this is the enhanced version
But the
of
guy
me.
we woke up with was quite against the CIA and what they are doing and maybe the way they are doing it. And now all of this is gone. Is that it?
Maybe I was wrong. Maybe
Calm down. What happened? What exactly happened? Did you see the German guy? Did you see the blonde guy again? What happened to you?
I was running. I uh I was looking for a cigarette. I thought there
Yeah.
might be one maybe in the washroom.
There's a bathroom, okay?
And I was reaching for something, and then I was born again. Re I'm not sure what happened,
What were you
but
reaching for?
I can show you. You could try it also.
Hmm.
Tina, why don't you stay with Sip here? Look for a file named protocol or the protocol. Maybe there's an explanation of their plan. And I'll look the bathroom cannot be far away.
But
I'll go and see what's there.
but why don't you take Zip? He can show you what he found.
Oh, you want me to
You
leave you alone?
Not really, but it sounds safer than you maybe accidentally touching the same whatever and getting the same whatever reaction out of it.
You're right. Should we go together?
Maybe that's the best. First look at the files or go right
Yes.
now.
Yes. No. Let's. If the protocol file is here, that could give us an edge.
You
Let's
look for
see if we
that, I
can
look
find.
for the test subject. Maybe there are answers in it.
I don't know. It's a long shot, but why not? I look in the K2O filing cabinet to see if I see a P for protocol.
Okay. Uh, all right, let's do a group luck roll to see if you can find anything more in the file room.
Yeah, I might even also look.
So,
I'm kind of fixated a bit on Dr. Fleischer, so I would probably look under F. So let's just see what. I like the idea. Let us know what we collectively find.
also, who has the lowest luck? So, group luck roll.
I have a 65.
Okay.
66.
I have a 60.
Okay. So, Zip would be rolling the luck for you guys.
So I rolled 58.
Okay. Excellent.
Lucky
So,
you.
okay. So you search through this place a little bit more. And so there is no protocol file. But if you search the M's, there is a file with the number, the MA 06.
06. Yep.
Yeah. And it is a file with a patient name of Malik. And that's the only name they have for him. It's the file is it's very thin, but it does describe a man who came in who was very dirty, uh, probably living on the streets. Uh, he was probably no more than 35 years old or so, but you know, living hard, living rough. Uh, and yeah, again, it has all the doctor stuff. And it only has one photo. The photo is just of a man. He looks homeless. He's just looking through a trash can.
Any distinct features in the photo?
Not really, no. He just looks like a regular guy, just,
Blonde,
wearing dirty. Huh?
blonde hair?
Nope, not blonde. He definitely looks nothing like the blonde man that you saw. And as you guys are looking around, searching on the floor, you start to hear footsteps out in the hall. They are maybe two sets of footsteps. And it's definitely shoes. They are definitely wearing shoes.
Should we barricade the door?
Let's block the door. Close the door and put the filing cabinets on against the door.
Yes, I'm in for it.
Okay. As you start to do that, the footsteps get closer, and they come up right to the door, and you just hear banging on the door and
We
laughing.
barricade it or something. I'm laughing. Okay.
Yeah, you can hold the door. It's fine. Or barricade it. But you just hear banging and laughing.
I yell, Dr. Fleischer, is that you?
Nope. But the doctor will see you soon. Follow me.
Who are you? What's going on? What's going on?
You just
What
hear
do you want
running.
from us? Hmm?
You hear the footsteps receding, running, and laughing.
Left or right?
To the right.
That
Maybe.
is right. That would be back the way we came.
Yes,
So opposite the bathrooms. The direction
correct.
to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Let's get to this bathroom that Sip was talking about and see what's what. I have no idea what else to do.
Yes, I feel like it's not best to follow their lead
No.
because we're just playing into their hands all the time. We
Or
have
should
to
we
do
sneak?
something they don't expect us to do. Should I light all of this on fire when we get out?
Okay, yes. How?
I searched the room for something, an outlet or something in one of the drawers. I want to feel better, and this is one way I can.
There's another outlet. Sure.
Yes. I stack the files all around it, and I still have
Okay.
knives and forks and prepare everything while they open the door, I guess.
Okay.
And using the files to isolate, I would then try to start a fire with the outlet and everything around it.
Okay. All right. Roll for luck, please.
Right. Take other dice this time. 3 fails. This is. I have to look. Another fail. Why not?
Okay. So
No luck for me.
you stick this butter knife into the socket and you are electrocuted. I need you to roll a d4, please,
Sure.
for damage.
2.
2. Okay. So that's 2 points of damage. And your hands are burned. They hurt quite a lot.
Yeah.
Uh, what the hell? You are successful, and the files start to catch on fire.
Thank you. I think I have like strokes up my arm on both
Yeah.
sides where I was holding the files, but and maybe I get blasted a bit back from the shock, but I try to get on my feet as I see the fire starting, and I would like to stay in the door for a moment to just acknowledge the fire getting brighter
Yeah.
and the flames licking on the files and just before I follow
Absolutely.
the others, just taking a breather there.
It's beautiful. You see, it's lovely. It's everything that you needed
Yes.
at this point.
Oh,
Harvey
I think I just
and
guessed
Zip.
your mania. Sorry.
Harvey and
Sorry
Zip.
about that.
It's all good. So you left the file room.
Yes.
Okay. So you are all now going towards the bathroom, the
The
restrooms.
men's bathroom, if Sip remembers which of the bathrooms it was.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I do. It was I lead Harvey there.
Yeah. You
And
probably went into the men's bathroom, man.
I reached down and I said, just put your hand here. You
Please don't
You'll
touch
feel
it
it.
again.
I look at the place that Sip is pointing at.
Yeah. It is an amorphous black stuff underneath the dirty water in the men's restroom. And
Does it
yeah, I
look
should have given you a size before. It
Oh, it's okay.
is, yeah, it is the size. I mean, it's big enough for a grown man to fit through.
Or a whole person. Okay.
Yeah.
Sip, what happened to you? You said you touched this? What happened?
I I went through it. I mean, you can try it. You just
What's
put
the
your
next thing you remember after going through it?
I
Where did you go through to?
was back in one of the exam rooms.
in our room?
A different room, but
Oh.
Were you
almost
alone there when you came
same.
out?
Yes, I was alone. But
Tina, we don't know what happened. He only have his recollections. Should I don't know what else to do. Should I put my hands in it and you guys go look for me in the examination rooms?
I don't think
yes,
that's a good idea, no.
I
I mean, he seems confused. Sorry,
If
Zip,
Skip is
but
agreeing, it's probably a bad idea. Yes.
does the black goo resemble what we found in the break room on the counter?
Does.
Yeah,
It does. It's
it does.
shimmering. Ah,
Just
maybe
larger.
maybe I
Yeah.
can hold your hand and you can reach in with the other hand.
And then both of you get sucked in?
I can pull him back.
maybe
Or push him?
Maybe Tina, what if Sip was in this all the time? Maybe Sip is one of them. I walk away from Sip holding my sharp bone in front of me.
He wasn't
Are you
acting like
working
it.
with them?
He wasn't acting like it or like this when we woke up. I'm uncertain, to be honest.
A
Maybe
siren starts to
Ignore that
Siren
siren.
starts to
Just
call.
So
this
they
is
want
what they want. They want us to
us to
panic.
do something,
Yes.
possibly follow these people we heard.
You start to smell smoke.
Oh, that alarm.
Or this, yes. We wanted to go to the office, right? There's more stuff, probably
And many
to
doors we
light a
haven't
fire.
opened. Yes.
I mean, it
We
sounded,
never tried the secret room. The top
yes.
secret.
Which one do you want to go to?
The fuck, the office was closed. I'm not putting my hand in that water. Let's go to the top secret room. It's either that or the office.
All right. Then let's go. Zip, are you in?
Yes, yes. I want to know the truth, why we're here, and yes, the office is where I'd like to go.
Why?
But,
Would you come with us to the top secret room first? If you want to know the truth, this sounds like a good room, right?
yes, but then we would go past the file room again. We should stay away from the file room.
We can go around, right? Probably.
The siren gets louder.
Let's just go. Let's just go, people. That means
We can go. I point at the block thing. We can go escape through there.
so.
I
Are
would-
flames coming out of the office room?
I mean,
Out of the file room. Sorry.
so there's smoke coming out of it for sure. You start to see smoke on the ceiling in
We
the
can run
hallway.
past it. Let's.
But the rest of the complex isn't that flammable as far as I remember, or
I walk out and back into the hallway and continue to the left, like continue kind of counterclockwise around to go back to kind of loop around again.
Okay.
I run out and to the right, to the left, hopefully past the file room again, since it seems to be the shortest way to the top secret room.
I go past the file room and watch it burn.
It is indeed burning.
Inspirational.
Such a wonderful sight. I slow down, but take up pace after cross a certain threshold to
Yeah.
not lose the others.
There's
You should
smoke
regain some
billowing
sanity.
out. Huh?
She should regain some sanity. It gives her peace again.
Nah.
But my feet
just
are
won't lose
also covered in goo,
sanity
so it evens out, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So all of you guys go around the building and you are meeting up in the same hallway that has the top secret room and the office. Okay. So, Tina and Harvey, you try the top secret room, and Zip, do you try the office?
I'm going to go by the office first, and yes, I'm going to try that before.
Okay.
Yeah.
The top secret room is now locked, but the office is not.
The top secret room is now locked, is what you said,
It is now locked.
but the office is not.
Yes.
Do we see Sip opening the door of the office?
I mean, yeah, the handle works. So,
All right.
do you want to go
Yeah, let's
inside?
go after him.
Seems we have to follow this lead, yes.
I go in.
Okay.
I follow Sip. I try to catch up with him.
Follow the other two.
All right. Zip, you're the first to see that the office is indeed an office. It is carpeted with 2 desks, and there are papers strewn all over the floor. There are a couple file cabinets in here too, but they are all open, and it looks like papers are just shoved in, and they're bloody and probably torn and in not good condition. Sitting at the desks are 2 women, and they're typing at typewriters. But you hear, in addition to the keys, it is a wet squelching. They no longer have fingers, and one of them no longer has hands. They are just jamming their bloody stumps into the keys. And they both look at you at the same time and say, "Do you have an appointment?"
I'm here. I I'm here to see Dr. Fleischer. I have an appointment with him.
One of them, so there's a blonde and a brunette. Uh, Harvey and Tina, if you come up behind Zip, uh, I'm gonna have all 3 of you roll sanity for this, even though Zip, you seem to be taking this pretty well, but still a sanity roll.
Yeah.
Fail.
Success. And Sanities doesn't has I rolled a 1, basically.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't lose any sanity then. Um,
I failed slightly.
okay. D4 for a fail.
Reminds me too much of my old job.
3. Now,
Insanity lost.
do I do I get an indefinite insanity every additional sanity that I lose after the 1/5? I don't remember how it works. So
You know what? Yes. However, you have been kind of acting insane
yes,
this whole time. So
yeah,
if you want to keep on with this, whatever you're doing.
yeah. This just seems
And
normal to me. Yeah.
okay. Yeah. So it's normal. And you ask them and you tell them, like, yeah, I want to see Dr. Fleischer. I have an appointment.
Hmm.
They are hitting the keys, but the brunette, she looks like the older one. She takes her stump and she points behind her. And behind her is a door.
Hmm. And I just calmly walk over and open the door.
Okay. Harvey and Tina,
Is this
what is
door opposite the door we came in?
that's right. Yes. I didn't give you guys a chance to react.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything?
This shit is just getting crazier. Where's it going? Where did we hear the typists talk to him, or we just see him pass the door? Did we hear the part about the appointment?
You hear the part about asking him about an appointment, and you hear him answer.
He's acting like this is normal. I mean, I'm just staring at them like I can't take my focus off of them. But subconsciously, I'm also going to the files and like grabbing paper just holding it tight together with the knives and forks I still have left, just like grabbing them to my chest, like I need something to hold on to.
Okay.
No, just
This,
mumble. This shit. It's just. And as I just mumble things, I hold my knife and my phone in front of me, like walking between their desks, trying to go to the door that Zip went through.
Yeah. As you pass
Well,
their
walking
desks,
around in circles to keep my weapons between me and them,
as you walk past their desks to the door, they just continue to hit their stumps on the keys, and you might get splashed with some of their blood from their writing. Uh, but yeah, they leave you
my
alone.
immaculate pale white chest now has some drops of gore on it too.
Yep,
I vomited
little
it.
little blood spatters.
I also have a meeting. I have to join them in the meeting. Yes, I'm joining them in the meeting.
I'm with them, just
Yeah.
swooshing by as fast as
Yep.
I can.
They just stare at you as they type.
Have you tried your feet to type? I mean,
Do you have an appointment?
no? All right, I'm gone.
Tell me they are Stepford wife smiling.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And they're turning their heads a bit too far than what you think is anatomically possible. But in any case, you're going to the door. Zip, you open the door,
Hmm.
and inside you see a very large room. This room, and if all of you guys are kind of like Scooby-Doo gang looking into the room, you all see it's an incredibly large room, much larger than any of the rooms that you've been in so far. You can see on the walls are the other sides of
Mm.
four one-way mirrors. So you can see into the exam rooms. The one that you came out, you would probably recognize. The place is just scattered uh, with various office furniture, chairs, some desks. There's a conference table on the far side of the room. There are uh, CCTVs on the other side of the room. They're kind of flickering, but they still work. In the middle of the room, you see a a man, an older gentleman. He is balding with gray hair on the sides. He's wearing glasses and a lab coat, uh, and a bow tie. And he's kind of sitting in the middle of a circle that he's drawn with chalk. Also in this room are three other men. One man is dressed in a military uniform. He's older, also balding, but he looks more strong and sturdy, but he is very dirty. He looks like a very well-decorated military officer, and he is just standing at attention. Sitting close to the man in the circle is another man who's just outside of the circle that it has been drawn, and he's kind of on all fours. He has ripped up dress pants and no shirt, and he's gnawing on something. You can't quite see it yet. And then you see the blonde man in the clear apron. And he is sort of just leaning against the wall next to one of the one-way mirrors. And he uh, actually snaps his fingers a couple times in the direction of the old man in the circle. And that gets his attention. And he turns around. Ah, hello. Come in, come in. I see you. I see you. Come in.
This is the guy in the circle.
This is the guy in the circle. Guy with
I,
glasses and a lab coat.
Yeah,
He
Oh.
stands up and
I,
think
I smile and I walk towards him and I salute the officer similar to how the blonde man saluted me. Just a quick.
yeah. The guy in the military uniform stands up straighter and he salutes.
Yeah, I think
And I
Sip is
say,
with them.
eh. So go ahead.
Are you Dr. Fleischer?
Yes, I am. How do you
Tina,
do? How did you know?
Tina, stay
Have you
close.
been poking around?
Tina, stay close to me. I think Sip is with them. You saw them saluting each other.
yeah. This is.
I keep like pointing my two Sharpie objects at. There's
Do
how
I
many?
see any
Four of them.
hobbits?
With fifth with Sip. So I'm just like, what's going on here, Dr. Fleischman?
Yeah.
Fleischer.
Oh, yes.
What's going here,
Fleischer.
Dr. Fleischer?
Oh, well, you, my dear, all of you, will live in infamy. You will be part of an amazing experiment. You are part of it. You are currently part of it. You are here. You are uh, let me just look at you. And he starts to step out of the circle that he's drawn, and he puts his hands in his pockets. My wonderful specimens, you three are special. You will be the ones to prove that it works, to prove to the world. Yes, yes, yes. And he looks down at the circle and he does a little bit of a correction with the chalk, and then he puts his hands back in his pockets.
But
He
he's
stays
out.
within the
He's
circle.
out of the circle.
He's out of the circle.
And who is this man? I thought he's Dr. Fleischer, pointing to the blonde.
Oh, Agent Mallory? No, no, no. He knows nothing about science. No offense or anything. And the agent just kind of like shrugs his shoulders, no, no, no.
He doesn't know
He
anything about what?
he knows nothing about science.
Oh.
I am the scientist.
I
I walk up. I walk up, like right up to Dr. Fleischer. Um,
As you walk up to him, Agent Mallory starts to walk up to you as well. And also the military man. They get on either side of him. But if you're not being threatening, they won't do
no,
anything.
no, I'm not being threatening. I walk up and I say, Dr. Fleischer, I feel like a new man.
Oh, really?
Like every molecule in my body was disassembled and polished up with a fine tooth comb and then
Mm.
reassembled in a new miraculous way. And I
Wow.
just feel
That's interesting.
clean and like I was purified, even though I'm covered in black goo.
Yes, yes, that's very interesting. Very interesting indeed. We'll have to record those findings. That's very interesting findings. Very interesting. Very interesting. Well, the experiment is not over, my dear friend. Yes?
While Zip is having that talk with the good doctor, I scream and try to stab him with my bone. Try to stab the
Okay.
doctor with my bone.
Okay. Uh, so you're doing that. Tina, did you still want to look for an outlet or are you doing something else?
Um, I would also look for maybe one of the men has a lighter on him,
Okay.
and or anything else I could start a fire with that looks
Okay.
maybe lights,
Granite,
maybe a lamp I can
I,
granite.
stab. I would even take the risk of being electrocuted again, but yeah,
Okay.
I don't want to play it into their hands.
as this is happening, I ask, would one of you fine gentlemen have a cigarette by any chance? I would really, really like a cigarette.
Okay. Uh, Tina, I would like you to make a spot hidden, please. And Harvey, um, as you start to approach with your sharp bone and your knife, you get Agent Mallory going in front of you to keep you away from the doctor. Are you attacking him?
I try to acquaint my sharp objects with the Mallory's eyes.
Okay. We'll call that. Well, I'll let you choose. You can either attack, you can use Dex or Strength.
I had a hard success, by the way.
X
Okay. Okay. Roll for Dex.
divided by 5. I would get. Oh no! It's a strong success. What do you call it? Yeah, strong success.
Okay.
So
So,
less than half. More than.
okay. Zip, you asked for a cigarette. Harvey, you go for Agent Mallory's eyes, right? With your bone. And you get a hard success. Actually, I need to roll for him as well. So let me find his stats. Here we go. Okay. Ooh.
I don't like. Ooh.
He also got a hard success. So he uh he catches your hand that you are about to stab him with. And okay, okay. Uh you will need to make another dex. No. Make a luck to see if he notices the other sharp implement. While you were
I
doing
like that
that,
word. Oh, he's
Tina,
65. That's nice. Sorry.
yeah.
5.
Oh, well, shit. Okay.
Awesome.
Uh, quickly switching to Tina before that happens. Tina, you are looking around for an outlet, for a fire implement, for something. You don't find any of those things. Maybe you see an outlet or two on the sides of the room, but more importantly, in the back left corner of this large room, you see something large and square on the floor next to the CCTV panel. And since you said you got a hard success, right?
Yep.
You can tell that that is a hatch, like a door in the floor.
I want to, um, as stealthily as possible, I want to reposition myself a little bit so I can easier start to run for it at some point
Okay.
without people between me, but also, if manageable, I want to inform Harvey, but he's in the scuffle right now, so
Yeah.
I wait at this point and just
Okay.
reposition myself.
Okay. You are repositioning yourself. Zip, you ask for a cigarette. And the doctor says, "Oh, well, you could have all the cigarettes you would like after we're finished with the experiment." And he pulls out a remote control. Now, Harvey, right as you are stabbing
Um,
Mallory with your other hand, the knife goes in to like his neck area, neck, shoulder, clavicle area. But right as that happens, the doctor presses the button. And all of you are frozen momentarily in your bodies. It's an intense, throbbing, terrible pain in the back of your heads with the device. It is probably the worst pain you have ever felt. But it only lasts a second. It radiates through your body, and then you're okay, but you can't move for the moment. I need everybody to make a power roll.
Those are the roads I was looking for. This
2 out of, yeah, 2. So strong, excellent success, extraordinary success.
Yeah. Extreme success.
extreme success too.
I failed.
Okay. So I think this is fitting. So, Zip, you you can't move, but you start to think about you start to have memories, and it's just flashes of memories. You know that they're not yours. It doesn't make sense that they would be yours.
Mhm.
It's memories of a castle or a stone, some sort of stone house. It's men in clothing that is incredibly old-fashioned. They're standing in a circle, and they're all looking at you. And you feel so proud. You feel like this is your destiny.
Hmm.
This is what you were meant to do.
Yes.
And then you start chanting. You start chanting aloud.
Hmm. In this vision or in the real world or whatever?
In
Of
the real world,
course. Yeah.
you remember this chant
Excellent.
and you start reciting it. And you remember these things, but you also are in the real world and you're looking at the doctor
Hmm.
and he is hearing you chant and his eyes are wide and he's just staring at you and mumbling, magnificent, magnificent.
Is he blocking the way to his circle, or do I feel compelled to stand in his circle?
You currently can't move.
Okay. Oh, right, right.
Yeah. You currently are just standing there and reciting
Hmm.
this chant.
Yes.
Harvey, you had basically frozen in place as you had the knife in Agent Mallory. He,
It did go in.
it did go in. Yes. It went into
Mhm.
his neck, shoulder area. He is, he has wide eyes, but he is smiling. You can tell that he's woozy, but he wanted you to do this. And you actually are able to move. After this intense pain, it goes away and you're able to move again. Tina, same with you. This intense wave of pain and this momentary this momentary frozen frozenness. And now you're okay. Harvey, I don't think you notice this since you are currently engaged uh with Agent Mallory,
Well,
but Tina, you would probably notice that Zip is saying something weird to the doctor, like saying words that in a language you don't understand. Uh, you didn't think Zip knew any other languages, but yeah, he's saying something that seems to be making uh, Dr. Fleischer very happy.
As Dr. Fleischer is kind of occupied with Zip's reaction, I'm saying loud enough that he can hear me, but not, hopefully not to get Dr. Fleischer's attention away from Zip. Harvey, follow me. I think that's the only way. And I run for the hatch to try to be so that I can open it and we can escape.
Okay.
Hopefully. If that is even an exit.
Harvey. So you have uh, Agent Mallory has control of one of your hands with the bone, and then you have a knife inside him. What are you doing now?
so he's holding one of my hands.
Exactly. Yes.
So,
The one with
so
the
I
bone.
cannot just run after Tina.
No.
How far away I'm from the doctor? Because my original motivation intention is I need to wipe the smile and that
Uh-huh.
coolness from this doctor. I have to, yeah. And
Yeah.
so is it a question that if Mallory's holding my arm, if I reach out and stretch to the side, I can stab the doctor as he looks at
Uh,
Zip, or he's farther away than that?
he is a little farther away than that.
Okay.
You would need to disengage from Agent Mallory, and then you could like stumble to the doctor, but you would still need to
So I'm
probably do
going
a
to try to
strength.
disengage. What it comes to mind is trying to stab him again and again until he lets me go. He lets go of my
Okay.
hand.
Okay. Um, so you can roll. Actually, what's your size?
45.
45.
Very skinny.
Okay, we're gonna do opposed size rolls to see if you can continue to attack him.
Okay. Can I do it with advantage because I already have a knife in his neck?
Uh,
No hard feelings if you say no.
I don't think so. He's
Okay.
he's pretty psychopathic. He's
No problem.
doesn't.
I rolled
Yeah.
a 16 out of 45, so that's about a third.
Oh yeah. I mean, okay. So he failed. So, um,
So this is a strong success, and he failed.
correct.
Opposed.
So you are able to stay engaged with him. So now do a dex to see if you can continue stabbing him.
Yep. My dex is 80, and I roll a 25, so that's a
Great.
quarter.
Okay.
So that's a strong success, right? A quarter, yeah.
Yes. So, how about you roll a d6 for damage?
3.
3. Okay. Actually, this would be the second time you stabbed him, so roll another d6.
Fantastic 2.
2. Okay, so here we go. All right.
I'm a writer, not a warrior. What can I say?
True. True.
I could probably hurt him more with a pen.
Okay. So, Tina, are you moving towards the hatch? You
Seeing
said?
that Harvey is grabbed and cannot really escape, I would run past them, but after a few steps, slow down. Seeing that, maybe I couldn't see it really from the perspective beforehand, and I would try to bash into Agent Mallory from behind, so he gets kind of off balance and let's go of Harvey, and saying while doing that, Harvey, what are you doing? Let's go. I think I saw the way out. We have to go now. We already lost Zip here, I guess.
After seeing Tina put herself in such danger to save me, I'm making an instant decision as Harvey that I'm going to be loyal and follow this person and protect this person until my last drop.
Okay.
Because I'm just like so touched, overwhelmed in a positive way by the fact that she could have run away and instead she didn't. But
Okay.
I've gotten loose of Mallory, right?
You've gotten, yes, we'll say you've gotten loose of Mallory.
If I
You stand him
can,
again.
if I
You don't have the knife anymore, though. The knife stayed inside of him if you want to disengage from him.
If I can, do I have the bone? He let go of my hand.
Yeah, you still
No,
have the
I'm not
bone.
touching it. Okay. If I can, I would like to grab Tina's arm and
Mhm.
say, "That was amazing," and try to have us both run towards the hatch.
Okay.
If Tina, you're okay with it, always.
Sure. I would just have a panicked look, looking back to Zip, and then just run with you.
If we get out of here, I'll start fires with you. Don't worry.
Sounds great.
Okay.
And
As
by
you
the way, this is
guys
like, fuck's sake.
go.
I'll tell you later about him.
Okay,
There's no time.
you guys are heading towards the hatch. Agent Mallory just starts to laugh, and he is coughing blood as he's laughing. He doesn't chase you, but his laughter is filling the room. In addition to Zip's chanting.
Are
Zip,
we
you are
playing
still...
Cthulhu or Cult?
Huh?
Are we playing Cthulhu or Cult?
Hmm.
A little bit of both. I normally run cults, so
Yeah,
I...
this has that flavor. I love it.
Yeah. So, Zip,
Hmm.
you feel this unbelievable power as you are speaking these words. You feel in your mind, yes, it's happening. It's working. This is what I wanted. I will gain the touch. Harvey and Tina, you start to see the circle and the symbols on the that are drawn on the floor start to glow. Zip, you finish with the chant. And as soon as you spoke the last word, the glowing symbols, they actually turn into what look like laser
Hmm.
beams that shoot out from the ground. And inside the circle is this, uh, it's just this, it's this ball of amorphous gel.
Yes.
It shines. It's every color and no colors.
Hmm.
Everybody sees this. And I think Harvey and Tina, you should roll sanity. Zip, I think you are immune to
Yeah, this
the
is
sanity roll.
my brother.
Regular success.
Okay.
Um, Extreme success.
Okay. Well,
I want to live.
a success is still a D10 for seeing this
Makes sense.
incomprehensible
10
being.
gets me under my bout of madness. Also to the bout of madness. What? These dice
Burn
today.
those dice.
Yes.
Sacrifice them in a ritual.
Obviously.
My special Cthulhu dice.
Okay,
That's
6. All right. Are you, well, yeah, you are also in a bout because
Yes.
regardless, because that's more than
Uh,
both of you are over. Well, are you over your 1/5, Harvey?
Oh yeah. I barely lost any
Okay.
sanity. I started with 60 and I'm at 52 now.
Okay. So each of you roll a
So Harvey's
D4 and
sorry,
a D10.
Harvey's
Huh?
still above his 1/5 though. You said like you're still good, right, Harvey?
Yes, way above my
He
head.
has to lose 12.
Oh,
Mm.
Wait, what?
He would have to lose 12 in order to have a bout if you started with 60.
Okay.
I rolled a 1 on the D4 and a 4 on the D10.
1 and a 4. Yeah. So you start to receive vivid glimpses of disturbing future events that could result from what is happening right now.
Oh, I have a lot of ideas.
Tell me what that looks like.
I mean, one would be some kind of world domination scenario where everyone gets infected or switched out with shining goo creatures, and part by part, one by one, and at some point, thousands by thousands, the whole world is just overtaken. And at some point, I mean, maybe the whole world is encapsulated in this goo, and there's nothing else.
Wonderful.
Amazing. Okay. Harvey, I need a D4 and a D10 from you.
D4 rolls to 2, and D10 rolls to 10.
Okay. You develop an obsessive fixation on murder, if you didn't already have it before.
I'm trying to think that I had it not under my skin,
So what does that look like in this situation?
but an obsessive compulsion with murder.
An obsession with murder.
Yeah, I really feel that the two things that would give me not just the most pleasure, but the only way I will achieve peace in my life, if I could like cut Dr. Fleischman or whatever his name was and sip both of them into tiny little pieces.
Okay.
And probably I wouldn't stop there, but that would be a good start.
All right. So
That's that much of an
you,
obsession with murder?
that is great. Excellent. Uh, do you take any action towards
If I
that
can
fixation?
overcome that obsession for a moment, I did like have made that decision to follow Tina. If
Okay.
Tina is trying to get away, my urge to protect her, I would like to believe is more than my obsession to kill these guys. I can always kill them later. But if
Okay.
somebody hurts Tina, that's it. So I think the proper thing is to follow Tina.
Okay. Okay. Tina, are you still going for the hatch?
Definitely. Maybe if I feel him slowing or stopping for a moment, I would tug on his arm to get him moving again. We have to go. This is way too much. Just we have to leave. Otherwise, I think we lose it or we die here. And then trying to get to the hatch to open it.
Okay. Zip,
Hmm.
you're done with the chanting,
Hmm.
and you see your brother, this being of infinite dimensions and time, this amorphous black goo. It starts to pulsate. It
Hmm.
starts to grow.
Hmm.
It starts to break the lasers coming out from below. You can move again. Are you doing
Hmm.
anything?
I look at, I feel like I've ascended to some degree. And I look at Dr. Fleischer and I say, I'll have that cigarette right now.
Without even looking at you, Dr. Fleischer takes a pack of cigarettes from his lab coat and just hands them to you as he stares at the being.
And I take one and I put it in my mouth and I just wait expectantly for a light from Dr. Fleischer.
He, well, the lighter is inside the pack of
Oh, it is?
cigarettes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I light the cigarette
Okay.
and I just toss the lighter on near some nearby papers or
Okay.
whatever nearby for Tina's amusement.
Thanks.
Okay. Tina and Harvey, just as you're getting to the hatch, you're probably not watching it, but the entity is bulging. It's grown to the size of the circle, which is now like the size of like a Mini Cooper car. And it pulsates, one last push, and it explodes. I need everybody to make a dex, please.
Oh,
Regular success.
Okay. That's good.
hard success.
That is also good.
I fail.
A D4 of damage for you, please.
3.
No, I'm sorry. A D6 for you. So sorry. Actually, you other two that succeeded, you get a D4.
Oh, I'm better off. I got a 1 on my D6 instead of a
Oh,
3.
excellent.
I got 4.
2.
Woohoo. Okay. What did you get, Tina?
2.
2. Okay. So that is okay. Now, can you all roll me luck?
Slight failure.
Okay.
Regular success.
Okay.
Normal success. Regular success.
Okay. Tina and Harvey, you are pushed back by this explosion, but and you're a little bit hurt, but not so hurt that you can't continue what you were doing before. You can open the hatch and you can leave. But maybe you do one more look at Zip. The explosion bathed him in light and color. And then you saw him disappear bit by bit. Little piece like little piece, just kind of dissolved into the air. And he disappeared. Harvey and Tina, you go through the hatch. It goes underground through a tunnel. And you come out on the other side in an alleyway in the Tenderloin. But you are surrounded by police, by unmarked federal vehicles, by people in uniform, people in very official looking outfits. And they take you and cuff you, put you in separate cars, and you drive away. And then you see them, all of the people start going down the hatch with guns and tactical gear. And that's the last that you see of the facility. Now we're going to do an epilogue. And I think we're going to start with the two that got out of the facility, mostly intact. Who wants to start, Tina or Harvey?
All right. I think Tina, if we get questioned in any way, she would tell everything they
Absolutely.
got on information in the facility. She would talk about Zip and how he got kind of mind controlled, is maybe the word she would use. And that it has nothing to do with any enhancement of any mental activities. She would definitely seek therapy after this. But also she would seek Harvey. She would try to find him, to reconnect if possible, and to tell what she saw he couldn't see, and to get through this experience together. Maybe that would be our hope, I guess.
Okay. Harvey.
So I assume we're taking for questioning separately.
Absolutely.
Like Tina, I just blurt everything out. I don't try to even rationalize it. I'm like, I know I'm crazy, but this is what I saw. This was, you won't believe me. You won't believe me, but this is what I saw. And I tell them that there's this Dr. Siegfried, what was it? Fleisch, something.
Pleasure.
Fleischer. You have to get him. You have to get him. He, his smile and Sip. Where with this guy got Sip and just know his surname started with a Z or something because he said something like that. But he was one of them. He chanted, and then this ball exploded. So I tell them all that. And if eventually they let me go, I definitely, no matter how much time I might spend in a recovery thing, when I get out, I definitely go down the homelessness and drug addiction path. And it's a big world, but I'm looking for Tina in my obsessive way. I'm looking for Tina because if I ever see her, I need to protect her, right?
Mhm.
How much that's insanity or not, I don't know, but it's become an obsession. And I'm keeping an eye out for Sip and the doctor. If I ever see them again, I will,
Okay.
I have an obsession with murder, so I will.
Sure.
Who knows? It might be also the case that as I'm looking for Tina, I might actually also murder innocent people once in a while since I'm obsessive with that. I don't know.
Mm. Yeah. So, yes, you two are questioned separately for actually numerous weeks. And since you are so forthcoming and just kind of tell them everything, they say, "All right, well, eh, you're going to sign these papers saying that you're not going to repeat any of this to anybody ever. And if you talk about it, write about it, uh, we will find you." And not signing it is not an option. So you sign it whether you like it or not. And I do like to think that maybe Tina ends up finding Harvey due to Harvey's issues, especially with drugs. Maybe she's the one who has to find him in in a dark apartment somewhere where paraphernalia is all around you and you're just feverishly writing a book that you can never publish. Zip. Your molecules are disassembled again. This is a familiar feeling. When and where in time and space do your molecules land?
Yeah. Well, as it turned out, I mean, I fixated a lot on the 60s and the wonderful time of the 60s, but I never really got to experience much of it. I dodged the draft and went up to Canada. You know, I was nowhere near Woodstock, nowhere near Altamont. I was badly allergic to acid. Um, so yeah, I materialized in a coincidentally an outhouse at Woodstock,
Huh,
and I
okay.
emerge as Jimi Hendrix is up there playing the Star Spangled Banner,
All right.
and people just think I'm wearing a tie-dye shirt, but I'm actually multicolored, like my body, and I'm naked, of course, but again, doesn't phase
Nobody
anybody
cares.
at
Nobody
Woodstock, and
cares.
I come out and finally get to experience the tail end of the 60s and all its glory. Yeah, and I
All
feel like
right.
this has been my destiny.
Yeah. And I think we'll end it there with Jimi Hendrix shredding the Star Spangled Banner. And that's the protocol. Thank you very much to my wonderful
Yeah.
players. Uh, it was awesome. It was wonderful. And thank you all for watching in the YouTube lands. And please, please keep an eye out for more of our actual plays and interviews and panels during the con and so much more. So thank you so much. Goodbye.
Okay.